Start the streaming. Right. Another season. For another weekend of updates and discussions. Okay. Let me find the link for Twitch. Okay. And post this advert. Oh dear. And where is, oh my gosh, Lord of the Rings website. I post up this link and then I will check everything that I need to be checking. Okay. So, I hope everybody's okay. I'm just going to check on my phone and make sure that the stream is working, which it is. That's good. And we are good to go. Oh, yep, everything seems to be working. Message and let me know if something is not working or you can't see anything properly. Today, I'm just going to be having a quick look at this account. There's not a whole lot going on. So when I've finished with this account, probably in about the next like half an hour or so, I'm going to make a new account. I'm going to make a new account on that's on a season 1, just to reminisce about how good the old days were on season 1. I actually have just posting on YouTube at the moment a comparison video for season 1 versus season 2. So that will pop up at some stage on the YouTube channel. I think it said it's processing and taking a long time for that. I think it is public now. That is public. That video is up. So how things have changed on this server 0002, the roleplay server. You can see that the battle for DG is getting pretty hot. At the moment, it's controlled by Angmar. Angmar, of course, fairly strong. On earlier pictures, if you did see, Angmar did control sort of this territory up here. They controlled down to here. They even controlled Mordor and Gondor's capital. So they really had like a huge empire all the way here. Then they switched to defending the ring a little bit. And as you can see, LotR have got a territory back. Gondor have started to get some territories back. They now have 1, 2, 3, 4 territories. Mordor even have 3 territories, so those groups are kind of coming back after a week. But here is the battle for DG. You can see some chunky army build-ups here. I'm going to show it because normally I try not to show combat, but I think at this stage it's fairly irrelevant because there's sort of 1,000 armies here around DG. We've got 307 from CZSK here. 55, 36 from my group. We're only half a fellowship at the moment compared to a lot of these other groups. You can see 122 here, 234 here, 211 here. So it's gonna be a big one. Over on this side, Lyndon also have a fair chunk of armies. We can only see up to a certain amount, so we can only see here. So if they're sitting on armies behind, that's going to be, well, we're going to find out when the battle begins for this but we can see armies are loading up into these zones. I'm not entirely sure what the rules are for this fight. We will see what happens. Like I said, Angmar, they have chosen not to put defending armies in here. So you can imagine that they are going to be outside here somewhere where I can't see. So the Angmar armies, not sure. I mean, to be fair, at this stage, when there's like 1,000 or so armies around here, to defend them seems a little bit crazy. I've not counted actually, but the Rohan side alone, ones that I can count are 310, 340, 400, 4, 5, 600, 700, 8, 9. We're talking about over 1,000 Rohan armies here. On this side, like I said, I can't see all of the Linden armies. I can only see the ones just close to the territory, but we're seeing piles of 127 over here. Like I said, I'm seeing a lot of armies move over onto this side. So presumably here, whatever is here, there seems to be groups going over here. But I think the rules are kind of like Linden, Rohan, and Linden, oh my cat, apologies. Linden, Rohan, and Angmar kind of inside DG is a free-for-all. Outside, we're not supposed to be fighting each other. Hey, Reversa Libra. Yes, it is going to be a lag fest when that happens. To be honest, it's already happening now. The server's starting to struggle a little bit when I move around this area. But like I said, I know there's about 1,000 Rohan armies there, and I just see I see a lot of Linden moving in up around here, so I'm sure they have more than what I can see over here. Just limited range. I see. Oh, that's 161. It's very difficult to see these big numbers as well. They don't really make it very clear. Like, sometimes I often go past and, like that from a range, that just looks like 6. It's so difficult to see those 1-1s. Can I, until you actually like come past it, oh no, I see. That's 1 and a 1 outside of the red circle. They could make that circle bigger maybe just so you could see it properly. I said that's why I'm easily missing some here. It's like a pile 211, 241, 122, 314. But yeah, as far as I'm aware, I think it's just a everybody hits DG, and then I don't know if the rules are whoever gets it keeps it, or whether it's just smash each other down until like there's nothing left anymore. We will see. But again, I'm a little bit confused because for me this is happening a little bit too early. Really, because we still have no idea about when the server is going to end. So like these three wrecking all of their armies in DG with weeks left. The only thing that's definitely doing is it's allowing like Lothlorien, Mordor and Gondor to come back into the game a little bit. So it does seem a little bit crazy, and I'm going to guess whoever actually gets to take the DG today, they just paint a bigger target on the head, because either you've got to keep a load of armies around here to deal with it, in which case you're going to be losing your trade. That's what's happened to Angmar here. Like I said, they were all the way down, sort of like here, and they were over here, and they were they controlled over here, and basically they've had to sacrifice sort of like from territories all over to try and hold the ring, and now they're going to get pushed back, but it does allow them to control things. Hello Zend, and hello Skyzilla. I've been wondering when I'll see you. Yeah, it's been a bit I'm busy over Christmas and New Year, and I don't get the time off work, so I'm just waiting for Chinese New Year in 2 weeks, and then I actually have time off. So yes, it's just been a little bit busy juggling everything together. But so I've not really been playing as much, and I've just uploaded a video on my Season 1 versus Season 2 analysis video, and in there I talk about, I kind of felt a bit, lacked enthusiasm midway through the season for one reason or another, whether it's politics or just the monotony. I'm not sure. but I did struggle a little bit. I kind of got back into the roll of things now, just hoping that the season ends in a couple of weeks. Now I'm wondering, did the DG event end yet? It has ended on our server, which is a shame because like I said, I stopped playing for a short while properly, and in that time I kind of missed the event, and by the time I'd started building my forts over here, we couldn't get to touch DG, and now everybody's just built like crazy here. I needed it to be like a couple of weeks later. So I'm just trying to get my forts closer. I've got one here. Edge of DG. But I need 35 minutes. I actually can't hit DG at the moment, which is kind of funny. The tile that I'm on, whoever's built the fort right next to it, here, this is where I can build my armies, but this is the max range. If I send, look, you can see I can't hit the city. So I've got to wait for that fort to be made so that I can then move all of my guys over to this fort, and then I can tap the city. Since a few of Angmar fellowships played Loth in my server, we lost Rivendell, and maybe our capital. Worst part was Linden asked them to do this. It's been a tricksy season for politics. Things have been a bit up and down. Again, I mentioned that it's been really, really crazy for... Again, I don't know about your servers. You guys have to let me know exactly how, but if you watched earlier live streams, you would have seen like we expanded really well, and then we died, and then we only had these 2 territories left. Loth were doing really well, Angmar were doing really well, Mordor and Gondor were doing really well, and then all of a sudden, you know, Rohan, Angmar, and Linden teamed up, and then Loth collapsed, Gondor collapsed, Mordor collapsed. And that was going pretty well until like a week or so ago, and then everybody's just focused on DG, and like I say, for me that's a little bit too early, and it's just allowed Mordor to regrow, Gondor to come back, and Loth to come back. So groups might come to regret that decision way down the line. For me, it didn't make sense to break it up. It just adds too many more factors in at the end. If it had just been those 3, you're probably all right, because one of the 3, you know, probably heads on to win the server. But allowing those 3 groups to come back now kind of tips things, because, you know, if they've just been relaxing and chilling out, they can come back with a bit of a vengeance and can still be kingmakers, or even potentially sneak the ring between all 3 of them if they work together. On my server we had 0 regions, now back to 2, but Gondor coming back on us because we fighting back. What a struggle. Ouch, 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 ouch. I've also found it's just been a bit boring, more boring towards the end of the season. More so than season 1. Again, I'm going to be quoting my video far too much now, but I felt like server 1 there was a lot going on, in that even if you were a weak group, even if you only had one you know, fellowship and you only had 1 territory, towards the end, when the battle for DG was going on, one group could still cause some good fun and could still expand like crazy while everybody was focusing, or they could come and, you know, team up with the other 4 or 5 factions. But this one, the large group, the difference between large group and small group is so much, and groups are so much larger that like 4 or 5 people are nothing. You can't really, you know, do that funky fun stuff of, okay, well, we're going to go into around the back and take a load of territories, because all of the territories in the areas are so much more difficult to take down now, and there's so many more players blocking you that even, you know, a small faction, 10 or 15 people just can't do much. Season 2 has been boring. Season 1 was more balanced, in my opinion. Definitely, I think it was. I enjoyed Season 1. The more and more I think about it, the more I realize I enjoyed Season 1 way more than Season 2. Season 2 has just been overcrowded. You couldn't expand. Everybody is so minor and minuscule. It's just... I'm hoping Season 3 there's a lot more changes and more units, just more a different map, or the map changes, or something just to come at it and be like, okay, oh, this is different now. Oh, I've got you know, the map is a little bit weird this time, or oh, you know, there's 5 or 6 more units I've got to edge in here. I'm going to apologise if my nose is a bit snotty. I'm still shaking that cold from a couple of weeks ago. Season 2 has been more boring. Season 1 was more balanced. In my server, everyone is going against Gondor. Rohan is killing us right now. I've just been since everybody started to make friends and focus more on the ring now. Everybody's taking a step back, and everybody's giving everybody, instead of those constant fights like Rohan pushing over this way and Angmar pushing this way and Lyndon pushing this way, to keep those medium-sized groups out. Everybody's now focusing on DG, which is gonna be a bit of a messy fight towards the end, and mini groups making mini alliances with other groups. So now you've got LotR pushing up here over towards Angmar. You've got Gondor pushing over here at Angmar. You know, you've got fights sort of like Angmar fighting here. Yeah, the constant fight for tiles is a pain. I hated Season 2. The beginning of Season 2 was horrible. Everything was taken. The tiles were gone. You know, I'm gonna leave the camera over here still on DG as all of these armies continue to pour in. Oh, I've lost DG. Here it is. Yeah, for those of you coming in, we can see sort of like 1,000 Rohan armies scattered between sort of 322, 247, 211, 123, 28, 36, 55, some good chunky armies there. Lyndon, 130, 162, presumably more at the back that I can't see. But yeah, it's just been way more difficult to just expand and control and own territories and stuff. It was half the game I was fighting with hardly any tiles. It's basically taken until the end just for me to get, you know, a decent chunk of tiles here. Even then, I've probably still got a fair chunk of low ones that I could get rid of. Yeah, look, I've got all these 90s still. But where would I pick them up from? Maybe over in Fanghorn. I bet Fanghorn's all gone. There's just so many people. So many people. Just everything is gone. All the neutral territories. I had the best luck with when we were fighting with Mordor. I managed to jump over here for a bit. You can see on the right hand side, and I managed to grab a few over here. And then luckily, the fighting over here, I jumped all the way over here with a long march, and then I had relative success. I could properly grab a whole load of 150 tiles and up around here and around here. But obviously, if things go on with Mordor again, they're all at risk. But it doesn't really matter too much at this stage. I've been looking at my items as well. This is the one thing that I've been impressed with the changes. I forgot to mention some of the changes. I've been getting more purple gear, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure what I want to push it on. And what I want to get rid of exactly. I kind of want focus damage dealt. Maybe I want one of these for Galadriel. Extra focus damage. What, up to like 10%? 10% focus damage? Is that worth it for her? Presumably. I don't think I've got enough to upgrade anything. And look at this. I keep getting Call of the Forest. It's not even a particularly great gear piece. Just for beasts, and I just keep getting it. I don't understand. I'd want anything else, but it keeps giving me that one piece. I could upgrade that actually. Stuff that's on my Galadriel at the moment is not real stuff for Galadriel. I'm not using it this season. I'm just getting gear ready for it that I might use. So, like I said, the start of next season, Season 3, I will go hell for leather with just 2. I think I'm going to go with Thorin and Galadriel, the 2 that I've decided to go for. That does remind me. Sugar. Thorin's stuff is on here. It is still on here. Okay, good. I want to grab a whole load of this if I can get it. Thorin's gear. So I need to get rid of Eeks. I dismantle that. Yikes. I'm not going to be able to get much for Thorin, I don't think. Okay, let's get rid of that. I don't really want to get rid of that, though. Who's that for? I'm not using as many of those this season. How much is it for an upgrade? It's is it 150? 150, isn't it, for some favor? So I need Ikes. I need a lot. I need to get 300. Oh, there we go. Hello, Gosh. How are you? I'm just gonna get some Thorin upgrades with this math and bits and pieces. I can afford myself 2. I might be able to get a third one. Actually, if I get another 110, what does it take me to? Let's have a look. Commanders. I'm trying to get him up to 3. I want him and Galadriel up to 3 for the next season. That's my push. So there he is to 2. Okay. I've still got some of those items. I think have I got 1 left or 2 left for the. I've got 2 of the commander packs, but I'm kind of, like I said, I'm saving them just to see. And now use all those vouchers and buy a single purple equipment. Yeah, right. Those purple equipment stuff is rubbish. But I'm doing pretty well for purple equipment just in general at the moment, so I'm kind of happy with that. I mean, look, I still have a whole load of 12 of tier 2. I'm kind of saving that now at this stage because I'm wondering maybe we'll be able to use that for season 3 stuff. So I'm reluctant to use it. The same with these. For all of these now, I'm kind of like, okay, I kind of know what I want to use next season, but if a tier 2 or a tier 3 guy comes out who's really good next season, a must-have, a game changer, then they might help a little bit. Well, let's use those things as well. Nice. How much did I need? I needed, was it 110 more? Oh, there, I've got 40, so yeah, 110. 110. I'm not going to get 110 from that, am I? Unless I get rid of loads of the greens. This is a tough choice. How close am I for his level? Because I was also tempting about using Theoden next season, maybe as my tier 2 sort of. Because I like to have at least 1 cavalry. I'm kind of thinking about going. Dwarves next season. So that's why I was thinking Thorin's pretty solid as a choice. Galadriel's not too bad there. But I was thinking, oh, well, I'll still probably want a cavalry just for something that's reasonably speedy when I'm dealing with all those Iron Warrior marches. So Theoden is a good one that I'm going to be getting. I've been saving up for respect items with the Matham vouchers. Where have you been getting your Matham vouchers from? Just from getting rid of all your other stuff? Just from getting rid of your favors? I could get rid of those 3, but because I don't really want to like use these chests as well in case like if I get a Galadriel unlock, then that's going to whack her up way beyond the level I need anyway. 110, yes, great. Let's dismantle those. Try and get my 110 that I need. 80. 88. 96. 110. I only need 110. What am I doing? There we go. Okay, one more. Okay. He is edging close because I can't get his unlock anyway, so it's only if I get like his favor from a chest. Oops. I always do that, I don't know why. Okay. So I'm like four unlocks from getting Thorin up, and then he'll be ready for next season. So he's getting close. He's getting close. He'll be my DPS option next season because I'll go with his tier 3 King Under the Mountains for deals damage and increases the dwarves' defense with the 5 stack. I'll go with ignoring the target's defense. I probably won't pick up Dwarven Grit. I don't think. But then I'll go with Oaken Shield with the hit and the damage received reduction. So basically every turn I'm receiving less damage, and I'm also increasing my dwarves' defense by 1. So it's going to be defense increased by 5 and damage received minus 5% every 2 rounds. That's going to be pretty grim. Along with that big hitting damage dealer, the damage dealer from there, the damage dealer from there, and the damage dealer from here. So it should be pretty decent. That's what 1, 2, 3, 4 damage dealing abilities, along with a physical damage ignoring defense. It's going to be nice. He's going to be nice, I think. I'm just a bit stuck now with his points. Okay, I'll put 1 point. I guess I'll put 1 point in here, because then I'll go real tanky units. I'll just go loads of dwarven tanks, so that they're just really tough to break down. That's my plans. Which means I actually also need to probably increase Thorin with my crap gear. Oh no, I did not mean to press that. I did not mean to press that. Oh well. I'll have to buy some more gems today. Ay. Oh, I got some buys. Oh, they're all... How annoying. How annoying. I got the reset. I got the bartender guy, and he didn't give me any... He didn't give me anything to buy with gold. I have not seen it yet. Can you get gold option purchases with gold? I've seen the purple items. I don't know if anybody's managed to look on getting a gold equipment. That would be nice. Right. Well, that's a waste of 400 gems. I should pay attention more. Impart wisdom was what I wanted to do, and I wanted to impart the wisdom onto... I've not really focused too much. I got Theoden because he's such a solid character for Cav. I'm gonna be getting it anyway next season. Always want a Cav. So let's start working on Thorin and give him some stuff as well. Just all of these crap things. Is it gonna give me... Whoa, wait, what? 200? Oh, I did not realize it was more for a tier 3. Okay. Well, I can't quite upgrade it yet. I refuse to drop in these and get the same, get 6. I'll do something else with them. I've got 9 of those. Right, okay. That's gonna it's doable. Next season, by the time I get some boxes and buy loads of crap stuff out, I will have enough. I'll get him up to level 2 probably before the season. Galadriel's going to be the problem. Because she's only 1 as well. So I need to get her up to 2 and 3. Okay. I'm not really using her for anything at the moment. She's just farming in the back, leveling her up. Actually, these guys aren't 50 yet. Oh well, they will be soon enough. They're fairly close. Oh no, he's not. He's not. He could do with working on. She's really close though. Okay. So that's really, like I said, now this end of season is a little bit more boring because there's so many people. I can't just go off and cause mischief like I could last season on my own. Like, you know, wander down here on my Todd and just cause some trouble. And kind of stuck a little bit. Which is why Is it time? Is it time for me to create an evil account? Let's have a look. Let me just see when this is going to be made. Edge of DG, 15 minutes. You tease, you tease. Because I need to move all my stuff over here, you see. I need to move Ioin back as well. Because like I said before, they can't hit DG. I wish there was an easy way of finding it. There we go. Let's move one of the slower guys over here so they're ready. Move Thorin over. I'll move Ioin back. Do you know any Dwalin builds to counter Witch King? Dwalin? Oh wow, back old days. Back old days. Let me have a look. I think I had a look at Dwalin in one of the videos before, didn't I? He's actually one character that I should be working on. I've already got him at level 7, and he's so cheap to get up. I should probably be working on some of these to 10 just to get some of their gears, especially Dwalin and Haldir. I think at some stage I may go back and start. And Ioin is at 8. I think the problem with Witch King though is there's like 2 different builds, isn't there? Depending on where they're going to go with their damage builders. What did I use in my build? It depends where the damage is coming from, because if the damage is coming from the units or the damage is coming from Witch King, you tend to have them coming from both, right? I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I fought a Witch King. But I remember units being pretty painful with their burn damages. So I think I can't remember my builds. Warrior of Lonely Mountain. Did I go... I'm trying to think if I went pure damage. I think you have to go pure damage. It's not really worth going heals. I'm guessing because he's tier 1 as well, you can level him up pretty high. So you can kind of get Warrior of the Lonely Mountain to max. So you can get that burn damage received minus 50%. And the physical damage received, although it's not great when you see that they have huge, like, plus 300% damages. But yeah, I think burn damage, physical received, and then go with Durin's Blood and Experience Warrior, right? Because at the end of the day, with all these, it's just about... And I've learned this more and more as I've gone from the season. Like, going... Healing is good... as long as you're going against something that's actually pretty weak. Because, like, wasting skills of heals, like 2 skills of heals, say, for example, which heals, whatever, like 100% or something every 2 turns. Actually, that's not particularly too great when you've got somebody coming along and doing, like, 300% damage with their skill, plus the amount of damage that you're taking every turn from units anyway. Healing is pretty hard, I think, to pull off unless you've got something that's really, really healy, like a full-on, like Galadriel or something, where you've got heals just coming from everywhere, and you can just keep everything alive, and you can, like, break her enough so that the opponent's, like, confused and madness, so everything's, like, killing each other, and you're not taking the pure pounding. But even then, some of the best stuff that I've seen against things like Galadriel or those type of builds have been stuff that just does so much damage that you just can't defend against it. I think that's the best counter against those type of control-y characters. Like, if you're somewhere in the middle and you're doing like a little bit of healing and a little bit of damage and a little bit of like funky stuff, you tend to be okay for generic armies, but then you come against like a monster army, you can't do anything. Whereas just pure out and out damage, you come against like a really, really tough Dwalin or Gimli or Legolas and things like that. Okay, you can put the pounding on them. You can wreck a Legolas, you know. And if you come like Legolas versus Legolas, everything is going to be dead pretty much. But it's very, very hard with all other builds to be able to soak the amount of sheer damage that it does. You're going to do damage back, of course. You're going to do damage back. Like even some of the best Legolases, you don't have the survivability that you do from maybe a Galadriel or a Gandalf, in that you can sit there and maybe take 4 or 5 armies. But you go in there and you can wreck anything. I meant to say Endurance posted up some of her. Last time I was looking at Endurance's armies. Wait, wrong one. Wrong one. So these are some of the battles that the people have been talking about, and some units and things that I thought we could discuss and have a look for ourselves. So this is Red's Thandril, and I have no idea what he's doing here. I was just testing it out, I guess, against a level 15 power land. I'm not entirely sure what he was doing in here, so that doesn't count. My apologies. I'm looking for real armies. Endurance was the one. Oh, here's a... Okay, here's an Undying with his Elrond. I have to admit, I'm not a huge fan of Elrond either. The Rex are there. Yeah, everyone keeps saying, oh, but it's so good, just go with all elves and with the double attacks and stuff. And okay, fair enough, but you end up needing to go with something that isn't elves just because the elf tank unit's so bloody crap. Interestingly, he's got Heralds and Guardians and Bow Knights. How's he skilled him? 2 enemy targets with damage just so that so he can get initiative and 10% chance to attack twice each round. Okay, but only for the first 2 rounds. I think Elrond's one of those ones where if you do like a pure out and out damage dealers in the first rounds, you can have some pretty fun funky stuff. He's not actually got the maybe he's not Respect 5 to gain the ability that allows you to follow on. Everybody gets a second attack. All elves have a second chance of having a second attack. Because I think the second attack thing, along with Convener with additional percentage chance to attack twice each round for the first 2 rounds, is pretty funny. But again, it's like a hit and miss. The turns where everything hits and everything like has 2 attacks and you maul them, then it's pretty good, as long as you don't get stun locked out from those turns. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Elrond, I have to say. Let's see, Malevolence getting wrecked. No, maybe not. 200,000, and he lost 200,000. Malevolence has this thing where he always like focuses on getting 5 or 6 characters up instead of focusing on 2. He does feel, yeah. Elrond does feel there's not as much synergy with his stuff. What's Ioma? Interesting. He's not going with a damage received. Interesting. Damage dealing plus defense. Okay. And bonus speed. Okay. I do like Ioma. I don't have him, unfortunately, because he shares everything with Theoden. But I would have liked to have had Ioma as well as Theoden, but never mind. Hello, Anthony. Welcome. Hope you're having a good weekend so far. Just scrolling back through some posted. I like posting through the reports and seeing where everybody went. That's not a real battle. Okay, that's a pretty decent Dwalin hit there. I'd say 47. Like I said, all of his stuff is a bit low, but yeah. So he's 3 levels lower, and I think he did pretty well there actually. Because he's got Dragoon Cavs as well. I was going to say he's got all Cavs. All Cav. Dwalin has 1 Cav unit. And he took twice the dead. Interesting. Damage received. So he took 181 and he managed to heal. That's a pretty solid healing actually for his Dwalin there. 70,000. And did out as well as still doing 274,000 as a lower character. Let's see how he's spec'd. He's gone with... Okay, he's gone with a little bit of Experienced Warrior. Whoever's asking about Dwalin build before, he's gone with Musician and the 2 heals. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure I I agree with that. I think it's more survivability. I think if he'd gone with the damage stuff in there, he probably would have destroyed and taken more losses. So I suppose it is what it is either way. Personally, I would go with Durin's Blood, and I would go with Experienced Warrior primarily, and then go with like the Musician Tree as a third option maybe. Actually, no, against Evil, that's where I would go with the Warrior of the Lonely Mountain, or whatever, for reduced fire damage. It didn't matter here too much though, because he didn't come against them. Oh, that's a DG army. That's why. I was going to say it's a bit easier. I didn't understand, but okay, it's a DG army. But I mean, DG army is still no joke nowadays. They're still like all got a reasonable amount of points and 2/2s, so. Burn, poison, focus, damage received, bonuses. Yeah, they still stacked pretty tasty. But there we go. That's probably what he wanted for the event. How did here's another DG go? He rammed his level 45 Legolas into DG and got wrecked. Yeah, ouch. Jeez, 450,000. These are no joke armies, are they? Eeks, eeks, eeks. Oh, I wonder if that was his first hit. So he hit that first and then went in second. Here was his hit on another DG with his Legolas. That's a cavalry build for a Legolas, okay. Interesting. With DPS output. So he's gone pure DPS. I'm not sure I like that build. I'm looking for endurances. I'm just going to scroll up here. I'm looking for endurances posts. I'm sure she posted them. Please don't tell me that they're in somewhere else. Here we go. Okay, here's endurances posts. Sorry. Hey, how long after season cutoff do we have until season 2? How long after season cutoff do we have until season 2? I think it was 2 hours, wasn't it? I think like for us, when we had finished off our selection of our choices of mixed or roleplay, you then had, was it like a 2-day period? But it was only the last 2 hours where the game actually went down. So I think you have to fill in your sheet thing, select it. That's the last 2 weeks, and then after that, it kind of like gives you 2 days. In-game state season cutoff. Is that the cutoff for you selecting the thing? That's what. Yeah, I'm curious because you get the selection post and like a 2-week counter or something to fill it in, and then it closes. And I'm sure it's like a 2-day, but only the last. But you still get to play the game. It's only the very last 2 hours where the game actually goes down, and then it comes back up again, and you can go. You can log straight in. But let's have a look at endurances. She has so many heroes that make me cry. Let's see if I can see all these battles. So this is her. This is her Eowyn, and she's got the shield up to 3/2 already. The special shield with her bits and pieces. Shield Maiden. I'm trying to work out. She has 331 speed. 343 speed, 331 strength. Pretty decent. Eowyn, but I mean, I have an okay Eowyn. Let's see her Theoden. So that's her Theoden. Let's have a look. Yeah, I like a Theoden. That's some nice gear. Some 5/5s there. Every 2 rounds, one allied unit heals. Then the mounted unit's damage received minus 6%. Commander might bonus. that is the her Theoden. Then we have her Dane smacking a Gorbag into nothing. That's her Dane. Nice. 5/5 Warhammer. 2/2. 5/2 on her helm and 5/5 Hith. She must have had a lot of Hith lanes because this one's on 5/5 and the other one, the last character, was on was 5. So yeah, her Dane's pretty beefed up. We had a look at Theoden before. Let's have a look at her Gandalf. Gandalf's only 47, but still has all 5/5 fully geared up. With the Carver, I do like that Carver piece. I think I'm going to put that on my Galadriel maybe next season, the one with the extra focus piece. 100% chance to inflict madness, and all units with the heal recovery. I find Ioma, isn't it, because he has so much speed. Theoden, I mean. Yeah, maybe. I've seen Theoden though battle his way through so many battles. It makes me a bit scared. That is her Gandalf. Let's have a look at her Galadriel, which is level 50, wrecking its way through a 45 Sauron, and that's her 4/1 sword piece. First 3 rounds, Allied commander has a 30% chance of performing an additional attack each round. Okay. Damage received, Elven Cloak at 4/2. Grey Wizard Hat, 4/0. And a worn out smoking pipe, also fully maxed at 5/5 with 45. So she has 590 on her focus. Does she have... She doesn't have the bonus focus skill, right? Oh, is it that? Sorry, maybe it's that one that I'm thinking of with bonus 15. Yeah, okay, she does. Yep. So that is her Galadriel, which is also pretty tasty. And is that everything we looked at? Yeah, that's all of her characters. But you can see she has way grim gear. Red, still heavily reliant on his... wait, where... What is he doing? I'm looking for his Legolas. Here we go. There's his Legolas build. So the axe, I really like the axe. Plus 52 might. 4/1 might. That's ridiculous at max. There's no chance of dealing a normal attacks. So remember that Legolas has like an 80% chance of dealing 2 normal attacks each turn. So he's got 50% chance. So odds are 8 times out of the 10 combat turns he gets 2 attacks. So 8 attacks, 8 turns where he will get an additional 50% chance of dealing an additional 80% physical damage. It's such a grim weapon for him. Bonus for dwarves, an extra might. Damage received. It's a curious one. And a heal. It's a grim one. Hi, I'm back. If the season cutoff ends 119, how long until your progress starts over and season 2 begins in the 24-hour bonus? I'm trying to take off work so I can play, but it's not very clear. Oh, man. See, I'm trying to remember stuff from like 2 months ago. Maybe other people can remember better than I can. I'm trying to remember. Like I said, I think it was like the 2-week notice of choice, and then when that finished, there was like a 2-day. It was like 2 days after that, pretty much bang on. and only the last 2 hours of it were the game actually went down, then came straight back up, and then was working straight away. So it was 2 days from when the registration form finished for our server 0002. But again, that was like 2 months ago, and I'm not sure if anything's changed. Again, post comment in here if you know, if you've only just started season 2, how long from when your registration finished before the season began. Like I said, for us, I think it was 2 days. New season should be starting on the 10th of February. Well, it depends. Remember, it's entirely dependent on your servers. Do you mean for the newest one? New season starting on the 10th of February, which is, wow, that's a while away. 2 weeks away still. Okay, I've not seen anything yet. I've not seen it. Can you show the Elrond victory over the Witch King? Elrond victory, it was up here, wasn't it? Was it Reds? Okay, here we go. It was only hitting a power land, so I think he was just testing it for losses, by the looks of it. I think he's just messing around with those skills. I'm not entirely sure. I think he's just gone for the initiative, and then he's gone with first units of damage received. Last 9% effect. I don't like that necessarily, but I suppose he needs it for, I think it's his anti-evil army, so he's going for the bonus damages and the focus, burn and poison reduction. How that's working out for him, I'm not entirely sure, and I don't like how like single-tracked these characters become. In a big battle like we're going to have for DG coming up soon, it can be a gamble because you've got evil armies as well as good guy armies there, so it's tough, I think, to focus too much. This is one of the benefits I think you have as an evil player. As an evil player, you can mainly focus on fighting good factions, and if you're the largest evil faction, there's probably not much chance of you really coming into a prolonged tough fight against another evil faction. But as good guys, there's a good chance that you're going to have to constantly mix between the server, between the two. Sorry, I'm just going to... The fight for DG happens very, very soon, so that's why all of my stuff is moving over here. Move Theoden over. Move Gandhi over. Move Legolas over. Who's already here? Eowyn and Thorin. Now I can move these right close to DG. Over to here. Thorin over. And Eowyn over. As you can see, I said before, we've got a 374 CZSK armies there, 56 Roha, 36 from Ride, with obviously I'm just moving over there as well, so it's going to go up to like about 42, 43. 260 here from Eden, 126 more from Roha, 219 from Atan, and another, is that just 32? That's just 32. Okay. I feel like, did I say Eden? Eden, sorry, Eden went there, okay. And then on the other side you have Linden forming up with what I can see as a pile of 185, 180, 138. So I think we're well over 1,500 armies ready. So this is going to get tricksy very soon. Oops, sorry. Can you show me that Thandril fight? Been looking for him for a long time, but not much talk. There isn't much talk about him, and everybody that I've seen that has him don't particularly like him too much. I think this one is just he's building up. He doesn't like him. He's one of the few people I know who has him, but he every time I speak to him, he says, "Oh, I really do not like him." So he's not really properly geared him up. So yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't have him, so it's hard for me to critique him too much. Is Auron good counter against evil? Auron good counter versus evil. I mean, anything that that has white council is designed for that use, because sorry, I've got a. There we go. Should help. Anything with the white council obviously is going to be designed and give you some good chance against those, but yeah, I think I don't think he's the best. I think when you come like with the likes of Gandalf, Aragon, I think Dwalin. I think for me those are the better ones, and I really do like Dwalin. If you're going to go custom against evil, I like Dwalin just because who was it? Somebody had a decent. Oh, sorry, that's Gimli. Someone here had a decent Dwalin. Here, you know, and I don't necessarily think this is the best build for a Dwalin, but you can see he's got 3 levels lower. And okay, it's a Dol Guldur army, and you know, this slightly weaker with their unit choices, but they've all got 2/2 legendary gear pieces, so by no means particularly weak. But I mean, looking at the army size balance, I think they can do well, but he's not. I don't think he's maybe he has going at 3. I don't think this is the best build. He's got healing, which I'm not a huge fan of, and he doesn't have the anti-evil stuff. But even something like Dwalin is nice and easy because he's tier 1, so it's very easy to power level him up, so you can get the extra points, and those really count for those characters against evil, because if you can where am I going? If you've got the extra points at 50 plus all these extra points, then you can really make a difference with being able to pick up lots of extra stuff. So you can pick up Warrior of the Lonely Mountain, get the burn damage reduction against 50%, so you stand a better chance against all those stuff with huge amounts of burn damage bonuses, and then just go with huge amounts of DPS for yourself. You can pick up the heals. Like I said before, I'm not necessarily a huge fan of the heals because I'd rather be doing huge amounts of damage, and okay, fair enough, even if I lose the battle, a little bit of extra healing isn't going to swing that battle from me winning to losing. From losing to winning, but what it is going to do is probably going to mean that my damage output's slightly higher, so I make them pay because they're going to be rolling out way more damage than I'm going to be able to heal per turn. What do you think, Ioma or Theoden, are 10 better? I think it really depends on what you've got available and what you need things to do. Personally, I like Theoden simply because his survivability is extreme. I've seen him like roll through 4 armies or so and still survive. Okay, not against other whales and other top tier armies, but he's just a good tanky option while still doing damage output, whereas maybe like a Gandalf or Arwen is survivability but not really doing as much. I've seen Theoden like massacre things. So I don't know, personally I think Theoden is but Ioma, if you don't have other good DPS options, is a solid DPS build. He can pack some huge punches with cavalry armies. So if I didn't have Legolas, but I mean I've got Legolas and I've got Gimli, and I like them both. For me, Ioma's like probably slightly better as a DPS with certain builds, but I already have good DPS. Can you explain the 2 different servers, Season 2 servers, roleplay and mixed? Very, very easy. The roleplay server is exactly the same as your Season 1. Exactly the same. Good are good, evil are evil. Neither of the 2 shall be mixed together. And if you switch from a good guy to a bad guy between seasons, then you don't have access to anything, any of your heroes, champions from the other season. You can't use them for fighting. If you play in the mix server, then you can mix both good guys and bad guys. There are extra buildings that you can build outside of your main base and you can build troops in those buildings, and you can recruit other mixed commanders and units together, and you have a ring tree ability that allows you to they have like a debuff, a damage debuff, but you can reduce that using the ring or eliminate it, so you kind of need to work on your rings to mix the armies together. And they also are built inside a building outside of your main building. If that gets destroyed, then you can't recruit them and stuff like that. That's pretty much it. You know, roleplay, strictly good versus evil. Mixed is you can blend anything together. Oh no, I completely missed that. 88 on the attack. The attack is in 50 minutes. I think everybody's heading over here. I don't think it'll be too much of a surprise. You can see the swarms of Linden armies are now coming here en masse, relocating from behind this line. So we'll probably see a huge amount of Linden army increases here. So it will be interesting. Now we're up to 192, 139, and then loads of 30s and 20s with lots of armies coming over here. As for the Rohan side, you are still seeing these big piles already here. 126, 265, 221, and 377. Yes, they merge at the beginning of a new season. What server? This is server. This is roleplay 0002. I think 0002. Yeah. They merge at the beginning of a new season. Can you show me a good Ioma build for DPS? Good build. I think somebody had a decent one up here, didn't he? He had a fairly solid one. I can't remember who it was. Did I think that was okay? Again, I don't think. I mean, it's pretty similar. I think there's just like two damage tables, isn't there? You're pretty much just gonna grab those. I don't have him unlocked, so that's the wrong place to go. From what I remember, he just has the 2 DPS tables, right? Deals damage and his speed, so you definitely wanted to grab that so you can get your speed up and the bonus speeds. Armor defense isn't too bad, I suppose, if you're there early on. And 2 damage deals physical damage, so damage tree here, damage skill here. Damage skill here with cleave. Ioma damage bonus increase, and then damage and damage. So pretty much like what? Marshal of the Mark, huge damage increase and speed increase. Swing against 2 enemies, damage increase, damages. Edig for Ioma's damage bonus and more speed, and then attack vitals and color weak. They all seem to be damaging. And then tier 5 is for healing. He's got a flanking attack, bottom mounted combat. Yeah, I probably would go with these 2 trees. Picking up army defense if you want plus 35, or you could, if you had him with more bonus points passed, then I'd probably be looking at maybe getting Rohim and Cleave, or go with leader and flanking. Cleave and flanking is like always comes up. I don't really think it makes too much of a difference. In this case, especially because whilst Cleave is effect modified by speed stat, so if you've got Marshal of the Mask up and that bonus speed at what, like plus 100 or something, max plus the 15 there, so 115 actually makes Cleave really solid, modified by the speed stat. But flanking is also nice because of the physical range. But I would definitely be going for Edig, attack vitals, color weak, Marshal of the Mark, and swing, I'm guessing, for huge amounts of just damage all over. And then either Rohirrim and Cleave, or you're a leader and flanking, I suppose. I don't know. I don't have him, but just from looking at his trees, anybody post if you do use him, and you have a better idea, maybe. Does Legolas or Gimli do more damage? I posted one of my earlier comparison videos. I looked at, oh no, that was Dwalin. It was Dwalin versus Legolas, and I did look at Gimli as well. The difference is that Legolas's damage is varied. there's more of a his skills all have like percentage chances of triggering and percentage chances of having double attack or percentage chance of doing additional damages. So his min max is huge over the course of 10 rounds, from having a really bad round to having a good round. Like I said though, if you've got the same weapon as Red has for his, then Legolas becomes even more scary. It was the Axe of Khazad-dûm with the normal attacks have a 50% chance of dealing an additional 80% physical damage. That becomes pretty nasty, because obviously you've got your 10 normal attacks throughout the battle, but then you've got your, on average, 8 additional normal attacks from his skills. So this 18 chances of this triggering. So yeah, Legolas is just crazy for that min-max. The only difference is that Legolas only really has, from what I remember, he only really has 2 trees. Sorry, I'm flicking around here. I need to be going into Commander. I'll be giving everyone sieges. Legolas only really has Greenleaf and Elven Prince as 2 DPS tables. So once you have all these skills maxed out, then everything else is more for Dwarf Friend, protecting your tanks, or friendly relations, elves and dwarves reduction, or maybe taking the protect elves to protect your tanks and protect your elven units behind, and maybe put in a unit of Iron Warriors, say for example, if you've got them, or Guardians, and then they can protect, and you can take a lot of DPS units. But that's pretty much it. He has a maximum early on. Who's it? Yeah, Anderson. Anderson is right. Yeah, Gimli will in later seasons, because you can only go with these 2 trees. But Gimli does have the 3rd damage table. In that, wrong one. In that, you can take the experienced warrior tree, which is commander attack, and then Durin's Blood, which is commander skill damage, then a skill attack, then a skill attack, and then he also then can take it at 5 as well, where you can do against enemy melee units damage increase, and your army damage from melee units reduction, and then you can also take an additional attack with defense reduction, and you can take an additional attack with recovery loss. So he has 3 and more flexibility in that you can take stuff that reduces defense, or you can take stuff that stops them from healing. So all in all, when you kind of like can get the majority of these 3 trees out, then you can pack a real scary punch. Had bad luck with getting the last hit this season on mixed anyway. If you want to do R10, Gimli has really good legendary weapon. I've not actually looked at his legendary weapon yet. Oops, I don't know why I keep closing things. How do I see his weapon now? My mind is gone. Is it just that? Man. There we go. I knew there was some button somewhere to find it. Only for Gimli. Might increase. Army attack dwarves +1. Gimli gains the following effects in sequence. When might reaches 150, damage dealt +2%. When might reaches 300%, damage dealt +2%. When focus reaches 100, gain pursuit. When Gimli gains the following effects in sequence. Okay, so you have to have might 150, then might 300, and then focus 100 in order to get that. Okay, that's not too bad though. What, +4% damage and pursuit? That's not too bad. Yes, top 3 in the game. Good evening, everyone. Any good pulls these days? Wasn't here for some weeks. Hello, Team Gohan. We've been missing your mystical, magical effect from the pulls, so nothing super good so far. King Raven, is there a codex in the game? There was supposed to be a wiki being made by Fearless Pioneers at some time, at some stage, but I'm not exactly sure what happened, because there is a help button inside the game over here. How helpful this is debatable, but it does try and tell you certain information. Some of it accurate, some of it not, such as, I wonder if this has been changed. Commander, Men, Aragon. Here we go, yeah, this is the one that caught me. Aragon, Might, 96 plus 1 per level, which is an absolute lie. He does not gain plus 1 might per level. Confused me in my video that I made when I blindly believed their numbers on this screen, and it was a lie. So there is codex, there is a help feature. Otherwise, sometimes you are better just to go into the Discord and just do a search for the title or the thing that you're looking for, because yeah, it's I found a lot of stuff. I could find the answer easier there than I could anywhere else. How is the season going? It's been a flipsy flopsy piddly widdly dipsy whipsy season so far. I don't know if you watched any of my earlier live streams. We had a really good beginning where we expanded this way, and then everything went really bad, and we had Loth, Gondor, and Mordor destroy all of Rohan. We only had these 2 territories. Then Angmar and Lindon opened fire on those, and it was like a 3 versus 3, and Loth disintegrated. Gondor and Mordor lost their capitals to Angmar. Lindon took all of the Loth territories, and we were allowed to expand all over here. That kind of changed in the last couple of days, the last week, for some bizarre reason. Everybody's now focused on DG. Angmar took it, Loth and Rohan are building up there, and it's kind of allowed Loth and Gondor and Mordor to rebuild, which is weird because there's at least 2 weeks left in the season, so they could come back to torment people. So the battle in DG, Angmar have decided not to move armies onto here, which is probably for the best, because there are about, well, probably over 1,200 or so Rohan armies here now, and Lindon were building up as well. We're starting to see their piles grow. 22, 17, 28, 42, 38, 205, 157. So their side is growing up, and on this side, 228, 270. 383, 56, 37. So it is. It's gearing up, ready. That battle is in 38 minutes, when we will see what happens and who can take the ring. With like 2 weeks to go, and they definitely probably won't be the ones who win it, who win the season probably, because everybody else will just go bash smash. Like I said, I do think it's a little bit weird, the fixation on the ring with 2 weeks or whatever still left to go with the season, because if anything, it's just allowed territorial problems to occur everywhere else for everybody. So we will see. I just sit here and watch DG. I do think it's a bit cheesy they put the floaty ring up here, and I definitely do hope that next season is not. I really hope that somebody on the creative team goes, let's just make the season different. And I know that they made mixed and roleplay servers, and those of us playing on roleplay servers, we shouldn't really be able to moan and say, oh, the game is a bit boring, but I think I still would have encountered the same problems on a mixed server. I just I don't think it would have been necessarily difficult for them to just mix the map up a little bit, or keep the same map but switch up the special units, or switch up where the mountain passes are from each other. Just redefine everything instead of using the exact same map with the exact same locations and the same paths and the same everything, just to move things around a bit, the shape of how where they're cutting across zones or rivers. They could just change and tweak that, and we could have had more units. Please, just more bloody units. Is Ioma's legendary weapon worth it? Good question. Let's have a look at him. I don't have him. I don't have him. I don't have many. If you look at it now, I pretty much have all of those, and I'm just missing Aladan. I'm missing Ioma because I put everything into Theoden, and I'm missing Barn because I put everything into Gimli. I wasn't expecting to have Imrahil, but it gave me the unlock for Imrahil. What can you do? Weapons. Might, speed. Each round, Ioma and his army gain the following effects. Increases Ioma's next damage dealt by 10% when speed reaches 200. Allied mounted units have priority in attacking enemy ranged units when speed. So you're bound to get like that speed realistically, I imagine. Especially with like the speed increases and his attack abilities with the bonus speed. So you should be able to get that relatively easy. So what? His next damage dealt by 10% goes up to 50% max when speed reaches 200, and allied mounted units have priority in attacking enemy ranged units. That's not too bad actually. So you can kind of snipe out their DPS stuff before having to deal with. I'd be curious again. I'm always curious to see how these type of abilities work with, say, like a troll ability that says, you know, it will tank or take the damage of other stuff, or elven friend, things like that. I haven't playtested enough to compare what happens in the combat. So again, post and let me know if you know how this counters something that specifically says we take all the damage versus something that says you take the damage to like the range units. I would be curious to know. I'd be curious to know that. Yeah, it seems not too bad. It seems not too bad. I've been smacked around by Thorin a couple of times too. He seems good. He's a bit of a confusing one though for me. I think he's okay at respect 1, but that's with all these things. When you get others to 3 and 5, they're better because you've got more synergy on the tables. I'm looking forward to it. Next season I will have him at 3, and I will play him at 3 as a DPS build with his mountain and oaken shield combo, and I'm hoping to see better, especially because I'll load him with really good decent dwarven gear, and I'm probably going to play dwarves next season, so I'll put him with iron warriors. So I'm hoping that I can smack things around with him. I can't see the skill of the commander in help. They're at the bottom, but yeah, they're not very good. You can't click them. To be honest, if you're looking for specific commander helps, that I would definitely be swinging onto YouTube. I have like, I know, plugging my own stuff, but on my YouTube. What's the link? I was going to say I have a list of in-depth character reviews. I only have like 11 of them so far. I keep meaning to work through. I'll try and get Aladan done this week at some stage. But yes. Give me a second. I think this link will work, right? I don't know. Anyway, that's the link to my YouTube. I've got like 11 in-depth character reviews where I look at their general build and their skills, and then I look at the skills in general and look at combining theories of what the skills go with which other skills to do. If I've done the commander that you're interested in, on there is Theoden, Gandalf the Grey, Aragorn the Second, Gimli, Arwen, Merry and Pippin, Dwalin, Boromir, Eowyn, Legolas, and Haldir. They're the ones I've done so far. I will get back to doing some more of those when I can. I think it'd be cool if they move the ring to different locations each season. They should just add something. I just want something. Oh wow, those piles keep going up. 209 and 162 over there at the moment. My armies are still coming over here. Just do everything, just anything, tweak anything in the map. It doesn't necessarily have to be where the ring is. Just they could do some things. Technically, what I'd like them to do is I'd like them to make a whole load of these territories much smaller, maybe. Make and have twice as many control points or something in it. That would really spice up the season as well, because you'd be able to, you'd have more of a difficulty to control certain map territories. And there'd be a lot more stuff going on. There'd be more fighting points. I feel some of these territories are just way too big, especially down in the southern area of the map where you take one and it can be like a huge territory compared to like some of the central territories, and this same one territory can be like the same as probably almost like 3 or so central territories. Some of these really tiny ones, we took our DG a few weeks ago. We are just working on our 3rd capital final part of the season. For us, it kind of worked where LotR took DG ages and ages ago, like Christmas time, I think. But what happened was that they controlled all of this central area, like a huge area. All of these Rohan areas, they owned Edoras. They were pushing down to here. They owned all of these Linden territories. They owned all of these Angmar territories around here. They owned all of this because everybody else was busy fighting each other. And then all of a sudden it just went really wrong for them, and Linden attacked here, Angmar attacked here, Rohan attacked here, and they just lost everything. And then they held the ring until like about a week or so ago. And then Linden, Angmar, and Rohan positioned in to surround it, and then Angmar went in and took it. And they've held it for a short while, but now it's looking like it's going to be either Linden or Rohan that are going to hold it very, very soon. We will see. We are just working on 3rd capital. I think Angmar did that for us, because they came down and they steamrolled Mordor and Gondor's capital a while back, and they owned the 3. I think they also had maybe they didn't have Erebor, maybe they didn't. We've got 30 minutes until this big fight over here, and we'll find out whether the whatever 1,200 armies of Gondor, or the sort of like, I can see about 600 armies from Linden. Guessing there's more. We'll see who takes it. Hi, what do you mean 2 weeks? Did a date appear on your server that says 2 weeks? When for the end of season 1, you get a registration form, right? You get a registration form for saying, would you like to play a mixed server or roleplay server? And then at the bottom it says you have a cutoff date, and that's 2 weeks after you get the registration sheet. So you get the registration form and it shows up, and you have 2 weeks, and then that closes, and then you have like 2 days from that stage. Then the little people that complained about mixing an evil with Krot again and complained they would change Shokin's map. Yeah, but I mean, you don't have to change the whole map then. I was saying this to other people. Close in on the map. Okay, so instead of having the whole world of Tolkien, just close into like a central area, like maybe, like this area, and get rid of all of this area and just close off this area. And then it doesn't matter, because you're still playing in the same map area, but the regions that people control, if it's partway through a war, then of course everybody's not where they in their home territories. You're all in sort of like camps around like a much smaller region in a smaller battle for the ring. Then just use this small area, like around here, and then it doesn't matter. You can just put everybody kind of in similar-ish directions, but the map can change, and you zoom into this area so you can make the map more detailed. And I don't know, maybe I'm biased. Trolls will pull argue. Dun can't attack range with protect elves. Dwarves will eat the damage. Okay. But what happens if you have an ability on something that says that the Dunedains can attack the ranged first? How does that work? Like maybe not Dunedains, but like if you had a skill that says that you like, I'm trying to think of the skills off the top of my head, but I know that there's ones where you can attack other skills. Sorry, I didn't read all of it. Sorry. Only commanders can attack range directly regardless of taunts or protections, etc. unless they have avoidance. I see, okay. I am losing interest in this game. The gambling side is too obvious and it's just bad. Probably going to play more PC game where you actually get what you pay for. I mean, I'm playing this on my PC anyway, using BlueStacks emulator. So I get what you mean. I get what you mean about PC games. I was thinking about going back playing a bit of Final Fantasy 14. Maybe I might get back into that because I've not tried Endwalker yet. For me, I tend to like this game. When I'm not live streaming, I tend not to play it on the computer as much. I do tend to play it on my mobile phone when I'm bored at work, walking to work, coming back from work. But I do agree that around over the Christmas period, I was struggling a bit for enthusiasm to play the game. It kind of hit a stage where I felt, not just necessarily the gambling side of it, I felt like... And again, I posted a video comparison Season 1, Season 2, like 2 hours ago. I felt like I had more fun in Season 1. Like, a noticeable amount more fun in Season 1. I could do more. I felt stronger. I could go with like 4 or 5 people and we could tour around the map and cause some mischief. And you kind of knew most of the other people in the server. You kind of had sort of like a good back and forth, and... factions were more controlled. The leadership kind of could do what they needed to do. You know, they generally upheld their ends. This season's just been a bit. The only people I'm worried about opening up world chat because it tends to be so much, you know, just flaming or people deliberately trying to cause trouble, and there's lack of maturity. I suppose asking for maturity in an online game, you probably it's probably asking for too much. But I don't know, like every aspect, the social aspect of there being more Muppets around, just the general excitement, the lack of like new content or the map changing or something being a bit different or more units existing, the lack of change for unit balance, certain commanders or units still being way too broken compared to the others. I don't like that. Even just, not just the gambling factor, but if you get tier 3 units, the fact that some tier 3 units are so good, not tier 3 units, tier 3 commanders are so damn good compared to other ones. It just feels like, why is that the case? Why are we at the end of Season 2 and nobody in the department have gone, oh look, every good guy whale is using Galadriel with a certain build. Is this telling us something? They seem not to react to that. It's just like, okay, fine, we'll just leave it as. But why? If they're so clearly overpowered, increase the others then. Increase all the tier 3s. You know, increase things to create a balanced system. Don't just occasionally tweak a couple of units and go, oh look, now everything's fine because we've reduced alchemist damage by 2, or we've increased the defense of, Dunedains by 2 or something. It's like, what is going on? What is going on? Balance the commanders and bring us some more bloody new units so we can have some more fun. It's not the same old same. It's got to happen. If in Season 3 they don't have more units, then I don't see the survivability in the long term. I really don't. I don't see how they're planning to keep people interested in the same exact thing again. Frodo looks like he could be interesting at R5. I've seen some of the funky builds with Frodo. You mean like the Madness build and things? I'm just not a huge fan of Frodo. Where is the little man? I know what you mean though. I've seen the build where they use like the Madness thing and the other Madness and the big mix of everything around. Yeah, maybe. And the stun. Yeah, I remember the stun. I don't see where he's going to do much damage from though if you go like the Madness stun build. I have the thing with my Gandalf. My Gandalf is like super durable, but he doesn't really do much at all. Dunliving warriors are so broken. Oh, they're the ones that do the full damage even when it's not they're not at war. I get a feeling that the cavalry might be pretty tough as well. I've not seen any on the battlefield, but what am I looking for? The Bree Riders. I've not seen them in combat, probably because we're over in this bottom corner. But oops, that's not the button I wanted to press. I get a feeling that these guys could be pretty tasty. I suppose again it's certain builds, but removing that negative status and being a cavalry unit, a man cavalry unit, I think there are certain builds with certain characters that would be pretty tasty there. You know, against countering something like a Gandalf or even like a Galadriel. I'm guessing that they're pretty solid against Galadriels as well. Insert FIFA, which is basically just gambling with some soccer theme. Oh, I do like my FIFA. I don't really go into all the buying all of the packs and stuff, but FIFA or a bit of Pro Evo, I've got to have one of them every year. I play it all the time at parties. Not too bad, especially on the Switch now with the 4 easy controllers. Oh, these armies are still flooding down now. 227, 174 on those 2 stacks. Some 40s and 20s, 30s around here. What are we up to over here? 405, 293, 240, 133. These stacks are slowly going up. I might like LotR coming soon in EU and NA. I get what I was doing in S1. I have more impact and I don't have to spend anything to enjoy it all. Yeah, I was thinking today I was going to make an evil account on a server, but I'm not sure I'm going to have time now because I forgot that this attack was at 8 o'clock, so I was going to do that like half an hour ago, but now I've kind of just been sitting here watching these armies increase. But we'll see. We'll see. I kind of would like to start a season 1, but maybe I will do it for definite next week because I want to get the most of that 24-hour buff. I don't want to start like now and then do it for 2 hours and then go to bed and not log in, and then I've wasted that key period. So we'll see. There's a lot of stuff coming up. I quite like the look of Elden Ring when that comes out. What else am I looking forward to this year? I'm not sure. But Final Fantasy 14 will probably be coming over the Chinese New Year. When I get the week off, I'm thinking I might download and give some Endwalker some streaming time, probably in a couple of weeks. We'll see. The balance is broken, and I don't see any balancing updates at all. There are very, very few occasional balancing issues, like a teeny, tiny amount of like, we've increased this unit by 2, we've decreased this armor by 2. It's not significant. I very rarely see any commander buffs and tweaks, which is the big one. The commander tweaks is the huge one. That needs changing. It's just the way it is. The fact that people sway towards certain ones. Like, there's a load of tier 3s that I don't even really care about, and there's some that are just like tricksy for certain scenarios, but I don't really, you know, if you've got like a Gil Galahad, or, and I know people say, oh, there are some good builds from Thranduil. Yeah, there are at like much higher levels, and even then, like, it's quite specific, but the fact that like every single whale rocks out with a Galadriel, maxed out, max everything, max all gear. Yeah, for me, sways that fact that the others do need a bit of a tweaking. Not the fact that they're not good, it's just the fact that something is so overwhelming for most scenarios that everybody goes with a... Yeah. I tried Frodo R5, had the invite and the free invite from season 2, but still useless, sorry. Yeah, I think I did a review for him, and I didn't particularly like him. I think I did the video just because of everybody getting him for free. But I don't even think I chose him. Did I choose him? I can't remember which of the 2 I picked. But I ended up getting invites for the other one anyway. I think I did pick him. I think I did pick him and got him. And then I got Denetha for the invite. And I was like, wow, great. Great. Brewer's ability so strong they had to buff several commanders because that cleanse was too strong. I'm on 67 roleplay. I'm in Lost Ark. While we are waiting, we're in the last 15 minutes. Some people are going to launch soon, I suspect. I'm going to jump into... Oops. Sorry. I'm just checking. what's going on. They're just talking about the attack. I am going to open up, sorry, what I meant to say is I'm going to open up the Discord on the Livestream channel. I'm joining it now. And to get into our Discord, the Discord link is here. To join, say hello. You can always post screenshots or anything you want mentioned onto the Discord. But what I also do at this stage for people who are new is I have the Discord overlay and the Discord chat echoing into onto the stream. So if you are bored, you want to come and have a chat, complain about something, talk about your server, or opinions on server 1, season 1 to season 2, your preferences, feel free. I'm just having a quick peek. If Season 3 doesn't show balance on commanders or units, game will lose players because no one wants a broken Witch King Alchemist combo, for example. I think people are definitely getting bored of things, and to be fair, the opening like 3 weeks, 4 weeks are my favorite in these types of games, just for the building up, and you have a lot more to do rather than just sitting around and, you know, hitting tiles or sweeping armies and stuff like that. There's less fun in that, or more of a time of boredom. So you're looking forward to those first few weeks, but for us, it kind of ended up in that we were against Gondor for the first few weeks, and every time there was one Gondor mega whale, and he had a maxed out Galadriel, all 5/5 gold gear, and it was taking us like 7 armies or so to kill him. And it just was all the time, every day. It was, you know, he would be holding like a fort and protecting the tiles around it, or he'd be holding a crossing, and it was hit like 6. If we hit with 5 armies, then he could like cancel his guard, drop to the back, and then refill it. And it was just constantly fighting his one army almost. And you'd see like 7 or 8 armies launching at the same time just to try and hit him, to take him down enough. That was kind of our season. I think it's less of an impact probably next season because more people will have higher commanders early on. But you're still going to encounter that, where sort of like a maxed out Witch King or a maxed out Galadriel is just going to be walking around causing all sorts of anarchy, and there'll be more players with those in the next season. But I do agree. I think I will struggle. I will struggle in season 3 if it's the same again. I will be struggling in the next season. There has to be change. There's only so many times you can just start and replay the same thing, you know. Oh, it's the same again. Oh, it's the same again. You know, you can change it up by playing a different faction. You start in a different location, but at the end of the day, after a couple of weeks, you know, after that opening gambit of 4 weeks, it hits into the same thing. You've still got the same commanders. You've still got the same units. You're still doing the same combos. You're still doing the same stuff. You know. There needs to be something fresh, or I think they're going to struggle in a lot of the older servers. Weird how people rank Arwen tier A for so long. I went for instead of Legolas. Now I have her R7 because of that. She gets one shot in PvP every single time. I don't actually really know why everybody raves about Arwen. I've seen nasty Arwens, but I've seen nasty anythings. You know, I've seen nasty Boromirs and Farmers. You know. I had Arwen, but then it always came to me choosing between Arwen and Gandalf, and I just always went with Gandalf because I preferred his stuff, his trees, and his abilities, and what I felt like his damage potential was. But we'll see. she gets one shot in PvP every single time. I think a lot of those healing characters are. Like, at least Gandalf is durable, but he's durable because of the stun lock, and it's more harder, I think, unless you've got anti-stun builds, to necessarily be able to get around that. Whereas heal, if you can do significant amounts of DPS output, then you can get around heals. I play Theoden, Gandalf, Gil-galad, and Haldir. Would use Legolas, Eowyn, Galadriel if I had them. I think that's similar. No, Theoden I've only just unlocked with all the builds. Gandalf, I always like using Gandalf, and Haldir I used him last season because I went with the Beast build because I was LotR, and we had Eagles and we had Bow Earnings, and it was quite a nice combo. This season I've been using, well, you can pretty much see over here, I was using Eowyn, Gandalf, and Legolas. I got Thorin early season, so I thought, I want to try him just because I had him, a tier 3 commander. Then towards the Christmas period, when we could get the Christmas boxes, I got Theoden, and I also unlocked Galadriel next season. Like I said, I will be going with Theoden, Galadriel, and Thorin as my 3. We'll see how that goes. Try Rise of Warlords if you want balance. Rise of Warlords. I think one of my fellow middle-aged gamers tried that. Is that the one where you play like the mythical heroes, different historical periods, like Romans and Egyptians? Because if that's the case, I keep wanting to, but I'm in Taiwan, and loads of these games are blocked. This game was blocked for me, for example. I ended up having to use a VPN just to be able to download it on the for the stream. And Rise of Warlords was the same. And for some bizarre reason, I don't know if they've tweaked their security, and I couldn't. I was trying to manage to get Rise of Warlords to download to install it, and I couldn't get it working. I might try it again at some stage. Don't forget the LotR person. That power level to Galadriel's 50 really on with over 600 focus. Yeah, there was a few of them. There was just ridiculous Galadriels walking around with crazy focus, and everybody else is there with some low level character with loads of tier 2 units just getting absolutely smited by a Galadriel, racking out this insane amounts of damage. Also have Radagast R5, incredibly useless. So disappointed. Again, Radagast is one of those, I've never really looked at him or tweaked around him too much, but he seems to appear higher up on people's lists than he looks on his. Wow, there's still lots of army movement around here. We're getting near to the stage. 183, 244, 43, 51. I think this is going to crash the server. Already I'm struggling to spin around here. 406. 138, 304, 240. Insane. Yeah, next season will just be much of the same. Just like a couple of ridiculously high level characters, and you just trying to beat the character rather than beat the army. They need to promise a future First Age map, and doing a Second Age version of the Red Book would also be nice. Yeah, not having a Red Book at the beginning was insane this time around. That struggled. For those of you tuning into the stream later on, we are just about 8 minutes away from this. I think there's about 2,000 armies around DG, combined from Linden and from Rohan, and it's going to be a race to see who takes the city. We're not going to see many of these army lines, I'm sorry, and I might get crushed out of the game. I apologize for that. It could happen. 2,000 armies might be a test and strain for the server. That's excluding all the armies that are going to be marching around in the background trying to get closer. Remember to zoom in to hide the armies. Zoom in. Hello, Jamil. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good weekend. Yes, we're here. I'm pretty sure this server is going to crash. If it's similar to how the servers were in 1, I think 2,000 was most definitely the required amount to make this bad boy collapse and cry. Already we've got an army going in here. Somebody wants to go to the party a little bit early. It's an Angmar. Angmar! Defender is rushing to save the day and stop these 2,000 armies from taking it. We will see. Control and the mouse wheel. Okay. and out. Okay, I will zoom in. You want me to zoom in during the battle? Remember to zoom in to hide the armies. Okay. 6 minutes to go. Who's actually going to get the ring? I'm just going to launch the 2.2 to 2.4k armies and see who gets it. We recommend the graphics set to low for this performance. We will see what is going to happen on this crazy army march. We've got 6 minutes to go. 5 minutes to go. It's going to be a good one. We just sat here waiting. It's like a quiet air of silence around DG. Just, you know, this, well, is this guy going to make it before the armies hits? Yeah, 4 minutes 37, so he's going to manage to get up into the tower and just watch from this little... Oh, they're walking over the tower. Graphics problem there. I was going to say he's going to stand here at this this top of this tower, looking out. Where is he going? Already my game is getting much slower when I click anything. Okay, let's say so Linden, for what I can see, what totals are we looking at here? 250, that's going up every minute. It's going to be hard to count these. Another 50 here, so 300, 480, 500-ish over there, 600, 650-ish, 640, 650 from there. Let's call it 650. And over on this side, we have roughly 413, 450, 520, 540, 550, 550, 850, 856, 900, 1,000, about I've lost track myself, whatever that is. What, 1,300, let's say, a conservative estimate. So yeah, just under 2,000, just under 2,000 armies here, and we're about to see a lot of these. Oh, already we've got some armies going in. These guys did not get the memo. Ay. Our whales go all in. Theoden, Galadriel, Eowyn, Legolas, Gandalf Grey, Gilgalad. Yeah, I think all the whales that I've seen, they've gone with Galadriel, Gandalf the White, for some reason, and not sure I've seen them go Theoden that much. I guess tier 2 sounds so poor people like. Oh, I see. They're just fake launching. Oops, sorry. I think this is going to be over like almost immediately. This is the one thing that always gets me. They set an attack time, and is that like land at 8 or launch at 8? In comes the armies. This is where it's gonna get sticky. This may be where my game immediately we can start to see there are some problems. It's getting tricksy. Let me zoom in. There we go. Oh, trying to move anything is. I'm trying to push up. Oh, there we go. I'm trying to. Okay, let's try and launch. March. Hello. Okay, here we go. Launch. Okay, next one. Trying to click a button. Come on, click. There we go. March. Ha! This is lunacy. Okay, Theoden, in you go. Nope, I can't click him. There we go. In he goes. Oh my god. Okay, I think I launched. I'm not sure. My Windows going crazy. I can't click. DG won't click. I think the game has crashed. The music's gone. Music's gone. It's kaput. The music has disappeared. The game. I cannot press any button. That's it. That's it. 2,000 people, 2,000 armies. We have crashed the game. Right now, I need to. I think I got 1 or 2 armies launched. Okay, I'm gonna have to close my BlueStack. I apologize for this. This is the first time this has happened. My game has crashed because 2,000 armies being launched at the same time. Give me a second to try and get the game back on. Wow. Good point. It could have been. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't press escape. There was nothing that I could do. So I'm guessing it was my game. I'm going to try and log in. It might all be over. In which case you have missed the falling of DG. Nothing to be done on that. Let's see if I can get back in. Oh dear. Right, okay. Oh dear, dear, dear. I cannot even move. As soon as I clicked the camera here, I cannot move at all. I cannot do anything. I logged straight back in again and it's gone. It's gone. Oh dear. We have a problem here. I can't do anything. Right. Try playing on low graphics. Maybe I could just 16 pixel mode where it's just like a dot. I can't press anything. It's gone. The entire game's gone again. Crashed my game. Other people at the bottom there are having the same problem. The game is just gone. The game has crashed again. I'm sorry. I'm gonna Tikosh, you're still in the game. Can you see DG if you go there, or does your game crash out? I'm curious. Apologies. I'm gonna try and get back into the game again. And we'll see where we go. We are experiencing game technical difficulties. 2,000 armies are not tolerable. I am not in the game right now because I didn't make it. You should log in immediately and tell me if you can do anything because I can't. It could all be over. I'm guessing it's all over. I'm just going to click the map this time. I'm going to click the map and see if it's changed hands. And then if it hasn't, then I'll lower my settings. To be fair, this is how the game is going to end. This is how the last couple of days is going to be. This is just two two of the big factions fighting. At the moment, Angmar are not there, and neither are... There we go. Oh, Rohan picked it. Yeah, okay, good. Without my help. This was only Lyndon and Rohan, two of the factions fighting for here, and the game crashed. So what's going to happen later on? You know, the last couple of weeks, when potentially you're going to have Loth, Gondor, Mordor, who've all got like 2 or 3 fellowships each. So we're talking about, you know, maybe like they could each bring 1,000 armies in. Mordor, Gondor, Loth, and then Angmar themselves, who are huge and have 3 big fellowships with, you know, probably like 2,000 armies themselves. When you add in these 5,000, just added to the like 2,000 that we had, this is going to be non-playable. It's going to be ridiculous. I don't even want to click. I'm going to click and go, and I bet there's a good chance that my game's going to crash again. Yeah, my game's crashed again. Oh, there we go. I'm back. I mean, it's over. It's finished with, and still, and it's just coping. It's just coping. Need a DOS version. Jesus. Ay. Why Angmar wasn't defending? I think it was the fact that there was like 2,000 armies ready to go in. I think they were like, we'll save our armies for a rainy day. Okay, I've now got control. Right, now what's the plans? I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing here. Okay, I'll just send my army in. I can actually send my army now, so that's not too bad. I don't know if I'm supposed to be defending this or not. But whatever, I'll send my armies in here because I didn't lose much from the attack because I couldn't send anything. Okay. Well, there we go. There's 2,000 armies. You know what? I can't even zoom in. I'll zoom out. It's not letting me do anything. Control. Nope. Nope. It's not letting me move in or out. Well, there we go. 150 armies in there. I guess we're just going for it. I guess it's just a continued fight, is it? Because there's armies still coming in here. I have no idea what's going on. Oh, there's another pile, 277 there that I couldn't see before. Okay, so now we get a good idea of how many they actually had, because I was missing view of some. So I couldn't see the 275 armies there added in. Right, okay, so we were actually probably looking at maybe closer to 2,300 or so, without me being able to see the back ones over here. I think you shouldn't do that again because the lagging crashes you might have. Go to another part of the map and zoom in. Okay, yeah, that's probably a good idea. Let's move way away from here. It's not letting me. It's not letting me control. It's not letting me zoom in for some bizarre reason. Control and. Weird. You say it's control and mouse roll in? Yeah, I don't seem to have that option. Well, I mean, at least Rohan captured it. I've got my armies in there anyway. He didn't see saying Atan did the most siege damage. Doesn't surprise me. What's the plan with DG? You want to snipe or want to give it over? I have no idea what the plan with DG is. To be honest, like I say, there's 3 strong factions on our server. The strongest 3, probably, arguably, I'd say, were Angmar, Linden, and Rohan. Lothlorien are powerful as well. They struggle because they're in this middle region where Rohan, Linden, and Angmar are able to keep them in check. So they're going to struggle to expand, and you need to expand to get those territories, to get the resources, to get the income, to be able to fuel a long and protracted war. So they have a problem, and they can't really push somewhere right now because they need the territories to gain their expansion and be able to sustain a long fight. I suspect another week or so, if they get a couple of territories, they'll be okay. Gondor and Mordor are licking their wounds, so there's probably a good stage, probably a good chance at some stage they'll start moving up towards there for the ring at the end. You can already see that Gondor are fighting here, so it could be Gondor Mordor start to push up this way. So it's going to be an interesting, whatever the case here. I think this is probably going to change every couple of weeks or so, a couple of days, because I don't think it's feasible. And before the end of the fight, there's going to be a huge fight. However, plus 5% army stats is a handy thing to have on for now. But there we go. We have just seen DG. Well, I say we've just seen DG fall. We didn't see DG fall because my game crashed twice or 3 times. But yes, it did change hands. And when we logged in the last time, we did get to see that. And Rohan and Linden are here. Angmar are around the edge, so they are still here and, waiting, biding their time. And Loth, Gondor, Mordor, slowly rebuilding up. So it's going to be it's setting things up for an interesting end of to the season. I don't know how your server is. If you're in the end of season 2, we've probably got like about 2 weeks until the end. I would be curious to know. I've seen somewhere like half of the map is one faction, which I do find a little bit surprising given the amount of players on servers. But how is it going on your server? If you are on our Discord and you want to post a link, we have a screenshots channel. Let me post the Discord link. Feel free to join Middle Age Gaming Discord. Post your server state in the screenshots channel, and I will be sure to I'll post it up on the live stream. Actually, I'll save the picture and post it up and have a look at how your server is going. Is Theoden the most overpowered tier 3 R5 now? That's how I feel my server. He is pretty potent. He was the one when I got the special event and I could choose any. I did go with Theoden because I was missing him, but I already had like Legolas up to where I needed him, and Gimli. I already had a lot of stuff that I already wanted, and Theoden was one that went with my cavalry. If you're playing cavalry, I think he's one of the most solid options for a cavalry army for survivability and durability, longevity in battles. So that's why I went for him, because he's just an upgraded version of Eowyn, and for me, everybody kind of needs a cavalry army. You really want a DPS army, you want a tanky army, and you want a cavalry army for fast relocation or for punching second into territories off relocation. Do you have any clue when the season ends? No idea. Again, just like season 1, we've just been left in the dark, haven't we? Somebody in here before was saying like 10th of February, which could line up. I think it should definitely be in the first week or 2 of February, I'd imagine. My only query about that is that the game devs NetEase is Hong Kongese company, and that's Chinese New Year, because we get Chinese New Year off work, is sort of like that similar time. Let's have a look. I can't remember. Chinese New Year, February the 1st. Festival lasts till February the 15th, but February the 1st is Chinese New Year, so usually the second is also going to be a holiday, so there's a good chance that week is holiday. So I would be surprised if it was that 1st of February week. I would think it would be if it's going to be the week after. I can't imagine it being early. I can't imagine it being the 3rd. So probably the person who said the 10th, that's probably is around about a good time I'd imagine, for the next season. Let me show our server. Okay. Let's have a look. Somebody posted King Ever's server 0036. Let's let me save that picture on my desktop. .jpg. And I will add that onto the stream. For those of you who are just watching, we just managed to take DG. It was a toss-up between us and Lyndon. We managed to grab it. My game crashed. It was fun. I'm now just showing the state of other servers of people who have... oops, that is the picture. It is A, way too big, and B, on my face. So there we go. Okay, so this is King Evers sent his screenshot. So this is a season 2 mixed. I'm trying to think. 36. They go up in threes. So I'm guessing it's a mixed. Yeah, okay. Season 2 mixed. And again, I can't really speak about mixed with any certainty because I haven't tried mixed servers yet. But I've heard that they are a little bit more season 1 like, in that there is a lot more space and there's way fewer people in there. That definitely looks like Gondor have pretty much sealed the game. I'm guessing there's not a whole lot of actives through the rest of the places, but again, we discussed the whole most people joining into a second server, into a mixed server. There was like way more people going into roleplay, and I think the result is why we've ended up with overcrowding in the roleplay servers and just too few people in the mixed servers for sure. Server 58, Rohan, server 58. So let me get this right. That is that's also a mixed, right? Server 58. Let's have a look at this one. Sorry, finish off this one. 36 definitely looks. I see Angmar can put up a bit of a fight. Yeah, I suppose Angmar and Mordor maybe if they work together, because maybe they can stretch Gondor's forces on two complete opposite sides of the flank. It kind of looks like everybody just needs to unite against Gondor for that server to even be a realistic fight. Sorry, server 58. Rohan came out in the... Oh, server 58 is roleplay. Roleplay. I'm trying to do my maths of threes now. Because 29... Okay. Okay. My maths is off there, but okay. Let me get rid of this. Server 58, Rohan came out nearly. They attacked Erebor. Erebor allies with Angmar and fought Rohan to a halt. Rohan attacked Gondor. Gondor joined Angmar and Erebor, and now Rohan is squashed. Yeah, okay. That doesn't surprise me. Yeah. Groups overextending themselves, I think, too much, and then it becomes a bit of a problem. That was an epic battle of DG. It was. I just wish I'd managed to see it all, and it's a bit of a shame when that happens and you're able and ready to take a decent screen of the battle, and then the lag is just too insane. We can now see a whole load of armies. So I think the agreement here, because remember, like I said early on, there is an alliance kind of between Rohan, Lyndon and Angmar in holding this. So I think the agreement it was going to attack, and then whoever takes it, and then the other ones, by the looks of it, will just withdraw gracefully. So we're seeing withdrawals of most troops from both sides, which is very, very sportsman. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, I've got less of a lag. So it seems to be, even though all these armies are being recalled to territories, the server seems to deal a little bit better than if they're all going to the exact same tile. That seems to be where the problem is. I did get 2 fights in, but they were just for durabilities. I didn't get to fight any of the armies, so I was fairly on time to get some stuff in there. Oh, we've got another post from their server. Like I said, for those who are interested, once again, this is the Discord server. Feel free to join. Feel free to the screenshots channel, post the screenshot of your current server. I will save the picture. I will post it up onto the live stream, and we can have a chat about your server. If you are bored and want to join in voice chat, the live stream channel on Middle Age Gaming, you are more than welcome to come and join and say hello. It will go through the stream, so if you are nervous and shy and don't want to be on the stream, then probably best not to join it. But yeah, if you're tired of click 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 and you want to be hey, that's fine. Solomon, I will save your picture and post up Solomon's server .jpg. Save that. Okay, so Solomon's server looks like this. Image 2. Okay. Wow, I wish it didn't make it that big when it comes in, but there we go. Okay, so Solomon is on, let me just read what he said. Solomon's server 43. Server 43. With at least 4 big factions. So 4 big factions, okay. Had 3 versus Loth at the start, lost the capital, took it back, lots of alliances and diplomacy going on. Nobody's taking the 8th 1000 power keep yet, not willing to go for the ring too fast. Probably going to be a battle royale at the ring. Okay, that's interesting. That's a little bit different from how our server went. Let's have a proper look at that map this time. So we can see LotR have pushed all the way up, and they have taken they've taken Arnor's capital. They're on the edge of taking Linden's. I think I've seen this one before, this map. So yeah, we've got and LotR somehow down at Mordor's capital as well. But then Rohan have been pushed all the way up there. Arnor have disintegrated. Rune, this is one of those crazy servers where Rune are doing well. Which is always curious. I very rarely see a Rune server doing well. Always seems to be one evil. Let me know this: does your server have 2 strong evil factions? Is it possible, or are there only enough on these servers where they mix everybody together because there are fewer evil in the first place? Is it only possible to have one really, really strong? I mean, our server has a very strong Angmar and an okay-ish Mordor, but there is a very big disparity. Angmar have 3 really solid fellowships. They're potent and they're strong. Like, Mordor have maybe 1.5. So they're competent and they did well early on, but realistically on a large fight, they just collapsed. But yeah, this is interesting. Rune, a lot of players going for Rune, evil players, but look at this. Angmar's gone, Isengard's gone. And Mordor have 2 territories. So it sticks to that trend of one strong and the others seem to have gone. They have to try to minimize this lag in Season 3. I mean, I do have a problem with adding more people. They do have to solve those big battle areas, especially DG. There must be something that has to be done about that in the last couple of weeks where they realize that it's going to be intense and a big fight for it. But you are right, something has to happen. But yeah, that's an interesting question. Maybe I'll look at that in the future. Is it possible to have 2 strong evil factions? Curious. Let me know. Let me know. Maybe your server books the trend. Right, so that was Solomon's. Let's have a look at what everybody else who's posted. AL Clay has posted the server 58 map. Server 58 map. Let's have a look at this. .jpg. Oh, here we go. That's Chris. Sorry, Chris Tuxedo is Al Clay. Sorry, I get confused when people have too many numbers, too many names. It confuses my simple mind. Let me take off 2 and add in picture 3. I apologize. Every time I add these pictures, it's going to go a bit crazy, and I have to resize them. I do apologize there. Okay. So this is no text. You posted your picture. You're gonna have to tell us the story now. You didn't give me any information about it. This is Chris Tuxedo server, server 58 map, but no information. No update info. So, enlighten us. What is going on here? What is going on this server? I'm curious. At a quick glance, Angmar, similar to our server, Angmar done really well. Have ate through a lot of the western lost territories. They've wiped out Isengard. Linden Arno just holding on to their cities, capitals, and Linden a little bit more with the 2 extras. Lothlorien fragmented, struggling for territories. They've got Elven King's Hall. They've got the capital. Rune have got their capital. Erebor. Erebor's been a bit weird. Everybody seems to send me maps, and Erebor aren't doing really well. I feel like they did better on servers when I saw them in Season 1. I don't know why people have gone off them so much, because Iron Warriors I think are a solid, really good unit. They have a good placement area because they have the expansion into the top right of the map, and fairly easy expansion then south towards the ring. They're pretty close to it. But this season I've not seen a whole load of servers with Erebor super strong, and I've not seen servers with Erebor in a winning position for sure. So again, that's another curious one. Are they doing well for you? It's higher up in Twitch chat. Oh, sorry, I didn't. I must have missed that one. Sorry. Rohan. Oh yes, yeah, I do remember. Sorry, I did talk about it. It's different with having the map in front of me. Yeah, Rohan have been displaced over to the east. Yeah, good season for Angmar. They're doing all right. Mordor look like they're okay. Out of curiosity, is that a very, very strong Mordor faction there, or are they just left relatively unmolested, or have they made pacts and agreements with places? Angmar obviously look really powerful. I cannot tell from that map whether that's a Mordor that are strong or they're good politically to keep those borders with. Because I mean, the Gondor seem to have taken those two territories between, and there's conflict down there near the Mumakils. But it looks like they've just taken territory off Rohan, I'm guessing, on the east side. So, Rohan did really, really well. They attacked Erebor. Erebor and Angmar are attacking them. Okay, so that'd be why they're pretty much wiped off the board. And then Gondor joined. Okay, so again, is that a case then? Is that okay? Yeah, they've only been at war with Gondor. I was going to say, have they just been the same with our server early on? Mordor looked really strong. Mordor had like a huge amount. They had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. They had like 12 territories or something, but they only had 1.5 active fellowships, and it was just because on the east side, Gondor were fighting against Rohan, and then Rune were easy expansion territories for them, and Erebor were non-existent. So I have loose friendship with Rohan. Hello there. Imenberg supporter, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good weekend. We are just looking at different servers. People are posting me their what's going on in their servers, and I'm just posting it up onto the stream to have a look. As far as our server goes, we've just taken Dolgodar, and everybody is de-escalating, so you can see these huge amounts. We had about 2,300 armies. All the armies are kind of going back now. We're still some big piles there, 250, 59, so some piles are dissipating, some are remaining strong, 163, 120. So it looks like the Rohan folks are de-escalating faster. We'll see what happens. Who is next? I will see who else posted. Sorry, let me just move the stream video. I feel like there's a white line at the bottom of the stream video. It's still there. Whatever. Okay. Next one. Next picture. Who else posted up? Wixton on Discord. Server 67 roleplay. Let's have a look at this one. Let's see if we can notice any themes. So I'm curious about themes that are going on throughout servers. So first theme that I kind of noticed, is it possible to have two evil factions? Or does every faction just have one strong evil faction at best? That's the first thing I'm investigating. Add a picture 4. Right. Add the picture, and then I will give you the story that came with the picture. Oh, that was a different size. Okay, so this picture is from Wilkeston, server 67 roleplay. The infamous Chiss is once again dominating the entire server. Angmar put up a good fight, but alone we can do nothing. The other factions are either under the Gondor rule. Mordor put up a fight early during the season, but traded Mumma kills for loyalty to Gondor. And Rohan and Erebor are too busy with each other to try and help us with Gondor. Yikes. Okay, so this is kind of like what happened in our server. People get too distracted. So let's have a quick peek here at the map so we can see, does our trend hold? Looks like a semi-strong Angmar and a semi-strong Mordor. Are they both strong? Does this break my earlier trend? Are they both quite powerful? Curious to know, because it looks like you've got you said Angmar versus Rohan, and Mordor exchanged with Gondor, and Rohan and Erebor fighting. So it looks like you've kind of got four reasonably strong factions then. Erebor, Rohan, Gondor, and Angmar. That's interesting. Interesting mix on server 67 roleplay. So I'm guessing there's quite a fair chunk of players around on those. And we can see those battles happening along the Rohan Erebor border. Looks like Rohan getting the upper hand because they seem to have taken a territory. And there seems to be fighting on the other Erebor territory on the right-hand side. Rune just seem to be having border skirmishes. And Isengard just holding on to their capital. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so you've still got all 10 factions existing as well on there. Yeah, feel free, jump into the chat, let us know. That's fine. That's what it's there for. Hello, hello, hello. I can hear you. Somebody on the stream can let us know. Can you hear Wilkeston properly? I'll wait for a comment. I think there's about 10-second lag. He's very quiet. Okay, give me a second. Yeah, he's a bit quiet. I'm wondering if that's more the music. I'll whack you up. Okay, sorry. Can you say something again, Wilkeston?
Is it better now? Hello?
Okay, we'll just give it a second just to get us feedback. If I'm whacking you up on Discord, so I'm not sure if that transfers over to the stream. Are you on a roleplay server or a non-roleplay server, and which you prefer? Sorry, Imenberg, I'm on Season 2, Server 0002, so it's a roleplay server, probably gearing up into our last couple of weeks before the end, so hence the big fights for Dol Guldur. A little better, can make out what he's saying now. Okay. Maybe if I turn off the in-game music, it will help. Okay. There we go. Right, Wilkson, would you like to tell us about what's going on in your server?
Yeah, of course. So at the last season, we were in server 350 with Shiskull as Linden, obviously. So they had about 3 full factions, or warbands already going into Season 2. All Things Middle-earth was going Angmar, and we had a really good start. We have 3 amazingly big fellowships. Murder was kind of weak, but they tried to fight Gondor, and they also had maybe 1 or 2 decent fellowships, and Gondor ended up killing everyone in their wake. So Rohan joined in with like 3 big warbands also, and Erebor even tried, and Rune tried, and now we're all left in Angmar fighting Gondor ourselves. So currently Mordor is following Gondor, Rohan is also following Gondor, and only us are resisting. So so it's just us left, and then Erebor and Rohan is fighting because they don't want to get in on the whole Shiskull's bad side, which they tried but didn't work out. So it's been fun, but now we're left alone, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that'll change.
Server.
Maybe that'll change. I presume they're gonna have to push for the ring at some stage, so that's gonna hopefully antagonize Rohan. I'm guessing.
Rune is super weak. Isengard only has like 10 active players.
Oh wait, 1 second. Sorry, I forgot.
Oh, I can't hear you actually.
Yeah, I've just realised that. There we go. So my bad. I forgot I wasn't on push to talk. I was on push to talk. Sorry. There you go. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay, I was gonna say. So I'm surely at some stage they're gonna have to push through Rohan, right, to go for DG.
Yeah, but I think no one can really do anything to fight against them. They have 3 Shiskull warbands that are full, and they'll have another 2 really active and strong fellowships. So they're like 600 players strong. So they could probably fight the entire server at once at this point and still win.
But I mean, everyone should be unifying together. Everybody should be there.
That. It fell through Friday because Rohan and Erebor couldn't agree on which territory Erebor would get to fight Gondor. And then they were like, oh, but Rohan is a stake, and they were blaming each other. And then they just ended up fighting instead with each other. And Mordor has allied with Gondor, so they can take Rune down with their permission, and they got some of the Muma kills. So I don't think even if we try to ally with Mordor, we can do anything. And they're also, they owe Gondor their loyalty, so
Yeah, but you might find it gets a bit more interesting towards the last week. Maybe there will be a more solid unity of everybody. Hopefully, trying to fight. I mean, it would be. It's a pretty tough situation. There's no real winners when that happens, and I think that there's one area that the game balance has been a bit disappointing when they merged all of these servers together and they allowed like huge amounts, like 600 or whatever it was, 800 people in one faction. Just paved the way for this ridiculousness of one faction or two factions being so overpowered.
Yeah, I think like one of the issues I see right now is will probably be with the Shiz group again in season 3, unless of course we choose non-RP and they choose the roleplay. So that's one thing that I really think they should improve on, like having people being able to switch actual servers with their accounts would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
Because we're pretty done fighting with Shiz. It's not gonna work out. Like they have their experience from other games, and we and we're a third of their numbers.
it
Even
definitely
in
is.
the factions, we have 3 fellowships on 1.5 million power. We have like 50 Witch Kings, but they're just like they can amass 300, 400 armies in 10 hours.
Yeah.
But it's been fun. Looks like your server is fun too.
We've not had that same. Angmar are overpowered, but luckily, just how the server worked was pretty perfect. The server worked in a way that Rohan started off really powerful, and we were full after the first day. But then, because of whatever reason, we got completely obliterated by Lothlorien, Gondor, and Mordor after the first week. All 3 went to war, and we just lost everything, all of our territories, and that kind of actually, in a way, has done as well, because everybody then stopped viewing us as a threat, and then we got a good alliance with Lyndon and Angmar, who were like probably arguably the other 2 really strongest groups, because Loth, Gondor, and Mordor unifying together kind of left Angmar and Lyndon out of this block. So it was inevitable that everybody else was going to try and have to form a counter block against that block. So it worked to our advantage, because we managed to get into that block because we looked relatively weak and harmless, and then it allowed the tables to completely flip, and this balance changed. I'm worried that there's still 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks or 3 weeks. It could flip again and could be to our detriment that we've gone for the ring this early. I question that decision, but yeah.
But that's probably the only play we have left on our server, to hope that Gondor does something stupid at the tail end of it, and then we can maybe sneak in a steal. But it's right now it feels super hopeless.
I agree. Going back to your point, I agree with what you were saying before as well, that it sucks in a way that, and I hope it's something that changes in season 3, where you're not with all the same people. I mean, I understand that they want to keep factions together or friends together and groups together, but it's also going to get tiresome and get rid of the fun a little bit if you're always fighting against the same people and the same group and the same teams, and they become bonded together, and those, like you said, for your group, 400 people fight again with the same 400 people next season. That's just going to get a bit boring for the rest, especially because I don't think it's going to be possible for them to mix roleplay servers with other roleplay servers next season because there's just so many people already. 2 roleplay servers together is just going to be killer. They could probably do it with mixed servers, but roleplay servers, it's not feasible unless they increase the map size like twice as much.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Do they have any info on how the transition between season 2 and 3 will be?
Absolutely nothing. Yeah, it's been less informative than last time, where at least like we had an idea a couple of weeks before. They leaked out that there was going to be mixed servers, like whatever, 3 weeks, 4 weeks before, and then in fact even before that, because we had the stop the change thing for about 2 weeks, and then they came up with the whole now we're going to be doing 2 servers, and then like a week, and then they had the registration period. So there was a huge time period. This they seem to just be keeping things a bit quieter. Nothing's come out. No info's been released, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I mean, like, just looking at even Rise of Kingdoms or Civilization or whatever it's called now, they did the same thing but much slower. Like, they increased the map size, and then it was like, okay, so you can fight several servers at once, and then they have like this tournament where it's like one server versus another server, and now it's just down to alliances in that game. That would be like if we got all moved to a new server, like a super Middle Earth. That would also be something super cool.
That'd be insane. I feel like I'm getting bigger would, for me, kind of, it's going to hit a stage where the game, because the servers can't cope, and I feel like you become less important. You become like what you want to be, somebody's important and like a big piece in the game, but as the game gets bigger and bigger, you become less and less, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's been fun talking. I don't want to take up too much time. I'll hang around the live stream still.
No worries. Thanks for popping in and informing us anyway. It's always nice to get stories.
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about the whole, like, the amazing warband of Chiskel. We've had our fair share of trouble with them this season, so hoping it's gonna be better next season.
Yeah, let us know. I'd be curious to see how things go, if that changes in the last couple of weeks, and whether the ring motivates everybody, and does it happen that they can take people down. That'd be good to see.
I'll share somewhere.
Screenshots. Always post those screenshots. I'm always curious.
Oh, well, actually, I have a few more. We've had a few battles with like 3 million deaths and so on our server, and I think Gondor started fighting a week into the server, and they've been fighting non-stop since then. They had first they fought off Mordor for the Momokils, and then Erebor, Rune, Rohan attacked together, and they still beat all of them. And now it's been our turn, but they're just swarming us, so it's been kind of crazy. Like they're not even that strong on power level, but they're so super active. It's also fun though to see like a real experienced group go into this, because I feel like since it's a new game, a lot of people are maybe not used to this hardcore mobile gaming.
Yeah, I found that in season 1. A lot of people like that. It was very, very intense compared to what a lot of other people at base building games they come across.
I'll keep you posted though.
Okay.
Thanks for all the content, and keep doing what you do.
Thanks for watching, man. Take care. Oh, endurance there. When I woke up, DG was already at 3 to 5%. My iPhone seems to handle it well. Endurance, it was kind of pointless to come. It only took 3 minutes to take it, and so many crashes I struggled. So it looks like everybody also had the same problem. So there's a message in the chat, not practical. Pin or a Discord message. That's what we put this out. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, my bad, Endurance. I probably should have posted it on Discord. I only got told about it later as well. Right, we can see some of these battles here. Some people who did manage to get into the DG armies without they must have launched before. As you can see, that Legolas army took a bit of a pounding. It was a bit of a murder. Swords, you got. That was a painful one. Oh, gear's pretty solid. Looks like only part of an army there. Where's the rest of your army? Seems like you're only sent in. Oh, I bet he probably killed the first one. Killed the first one and died on the second one. Where's the first battle? Oh well. And then Yoin went in. This fighting continues. Yeah, we saw the DG fall slightly earlier, and my game did crash a few times. Let's have a look at the messages on here. It makes everyone being cows and going 3 versus 1. Diplomacy is boring, not going to lie, but against a big faction makes it more fair for weak ones. I also really hate the diplomacy, and I was hoping for a less amounts of diplomacy in this season, and there was more, and that was a little bit frustrating about the game. Kind of ruined it a little bit, and it ended up being a whole lot of the game was just, you know, like random messages as you log on, like, oh, this your fellowship, one guy has attacked here, and it's like, seriously, you're gonna get antsy, you know. Rohan have lied, they have betrayed, one guy is tiling and attacking this fort. Like, what? So some rando guy who either probably half plays the game, doesn't pay attention, or is a spy account or whatever, has decided to tile to some random location and attack your, you know, homelands with 400 armies with their 2 armies, and you're going to have a big hissy fit about this. Just kill them. It's one guy. It's like a few armies. They're obviously some solo dude. You know, there's not 100 armies slowly paving into your into your territories. Come on, guys. You know, if one faction has 100 players, they have no chance just to use diplomacy, because what you're going to do against 400, 300, 400, make Season 5 First Age. Gondola versus Angbad. Yeah. Jamil, 100 people in the back of a faction fighting elsewhere can be devastating. 100 active people as well can. But he said that they're against Chichigo is like full on active, so they probably have a good chunk of people. So yeah, you pretty much just need the entire server to be able to fight against them. If you have no line 3 factions, you would just go and watch. We did have some more pictures posted of servers. We have alerts with server 42 roleplay. Total chaos. I'm just going to post that up now. Picture 5. Whoa. That's a big picture. Sorry. I hate moving things during the stream, but there we go. Okay. Let's have the discussion about this server that Lertz posted. Server 42 roleplay. Total chaos. 4 big factions at the start of the season. Angmar, Erebor, Rohan, Gondor. Gondor and Rohan pushed out of their original regions. Angmar, Loth, Erebor alliance. Rohan joined it later on. So Erebor and Angmar can fight for the ring. Angmar just captured DG yesterday. Let's have a quick peek at that map so we can see a very weak Isengard, a non-existent Rune, and a weak Mordor. And again, this follows our trend. One big, strong Angmar. Angmar have taken Linden's capital. Linden seem to have a territory left. Arnold holding on to their zones. Loth seem to be surviving in the middle. Rohan, yeah, a bit all over the place. Erebor all the way down to the south. Oh, I see, yeah, LotR right down at the bottom. Curious, Gondor way at the bottom right. Yeah, everybody's sort of like circled around a bit there. Curious. So, 4 big factions. Angmar, Erebor, Rohan, and Gondor, and you have an Angmar, Loth, Erebor, Rohan joining it as well. Angmar, Loth, Rohan, and Erebor. That seems not particularly super fun. Curious. Doesn't seem to be a whole load of fun there. If it's just the strong ones united together, doesn't really seem too much of it. It's kind of like another one of those ones where you've just got to wait until the end, I guess. Bunker down and hope in the last couple of weeks you can take a couple of territories, get your resource production going. Okay, interesting. We had... Sorry, Dark Dragon. I did catch that message. I was in the voice chat. Who said choosing the new journey? I don't think it matters. I think they're both terrible, and you're probably not really going to use either. I went with Frodo, but then I opened and got Denethor in a pack anyway. I don't think, realistically, when it comes down to it, when you've got a good chunk of characters unlocked, you're not going to be wanting either of them. Really. They're not going to be a character that you go, oh, wow, yeah, I can really use them. So I don't think it makes too much of a difference. There are supposed to be some Frodo madness builds, but I just feel like, are you really going to be bothered about it? You know, personally, I've got him and I just use him again like a whole lot of those low-level characters just for tips and stuff. Yeah, I've got them both. They're both just tip characters, just fairly irrelevant. In fact, I've got them up to 3. But yeah, it's just the stuff is just a bit. I know some of these people say, oh, you can just reload them and you can go for like the tip stuff early on and then refocus them later on. But I'm just like, seriously, I don't really necessarily want the extra experience with tips. I've got so many characters that I can be doing tips all over the place. But the build just seems a bit all over the place, wishy-washy, and madness I think just is too random. I don't know. I mean, the stun's not too bad. If you can come against like really, really heavily, like people are just using 1 or 2 unit types, I suppose, and you go with the stun madness build, then maybe I don't know. I'm just forcing myself to try and talk into it. I've seen a lot of people suggest a 5th evil faction, Goblin Town. Going to certainly get Canuck and Moria as the starting units, but could just be another empty faction. The problem now as well they've got is because it's rolling on from earlier seasons. You had the situation where you had all of those beginning servers where you had 4 good and you had... Wait, now I'm trying to remember. 4 good and 2 evil for the first, like 70 servers for the old servers going through. So you had 66% good players and 33% evil players to begin with. And then you change it so you then have 6 good factions and you have 4 bad factions. So going with the figures, you've gone from having 66% good to 60% good. So from taking your player base, the factions should theoretically be stronger because you've got 66% of good players going into 60% of the factions, if you kind of get what I mean. 60% of the factions which happen to be good. But for the bad guys, you've got from the first few seasons 33% of the players as bad, presuming that all the server was full, I suppose. And those 33 players are going to be 33% of the players are then going into 4 factions, which is 40% of the playable game. So statistically, you end up with a disparity there from the beginning, where you don't have enough bad players to be playing those bad factions. If that makes sense, I guess. But yeah. So yeah, I don't necessarily think another evil faction is right, because it doesn't really matter. You can put another evil faction, but they're still not the evil players, and you're relying on people that have generally the people who pick the roleplay servers mostly are players that have stayed the same good to good or bad to bad. Because if you wanted to play the other, a lot of people generally changed to the mixed roleplay servers, so you could use your good guy characters and play a bad guy, sort of thing. So I don't think you're going to get a whole load of people on the roleplay servers that are necessarily switching from bad to good. Sorry, from good to bad. Especially because I think they're a little bit weaker with their troops. And okay, they've got some good heroes, but you're pretty much relying on the fact of getting like Witch King, Sauron, you know, or like their 2 or 3 semi-decent tier 2s, Lurts. Frodo Sam with the Madness and Madness Helm isn't amazingly bad against evil. Evil side are mostly 1 faction strong and all other changes mid-season to that strong faction. Yep. Evil factions had the choice between Gothmog as a reward for that event. Okay. Sorry. Dark Dragon posted up her server. No info. But I can post the picture so we can have a look. 6.jpg. Did she post anything? She posted on the 9th, so That was a week ago. And it was they were 2 weeks in. So now they're 3 weeks in on their server. 3 weeks in on their server. Does the map look that much different? Let me have a look. I'm just scrolling back up and back down again just to see if things have changed that much. Okay. I was going to put both up if I thought that they were completely different, but they're not that different. Browse. Okay, so this is Dark Dragon's server. I've disappeared behind a map. They're 3 weeks in. So nobody's obviously been able to... Oh, okay. No, I see. Rohan have taken Loth. And Loth have been forced up far north. Isengard have come down. Gondor have taken the 2 territories towards Mordor. Mordor have expanded south. You know what I mean? Like when you look at these maps, you can see the trends again. This is what I mean about the map needs changing, or territories need changing, because like early on you look in the maps and there's so very little difference on a whole load of these. It's like, okay, let's see. Oh, Isengard, have they gone southwest, or have you know, Rohan gone southwest to take that territory? You know, I'll look at the southeast. Okay, Mordor have expanded into those back right too, and oh look, Erebor have expanded up into that north back too, and Angmar have expanded west into those 2 territories. You know, it's like the same thing, rinse repeat. There's like a couple of different things depending on which, you know, factions are just, there's nobody there, but they're it's very 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 boring, you know, until like you get 6 weeks in where something really looks a bit different and you can see it. So that's a bit disappointing. That's what I mean by they need a different map, or they need something to jog things up a little bit. I personally changed good to bad in roleplay, but was bad choice, but not too bad. Went from good to bad. I'm a bit surprised with that one. I just feel like bad. Their general combat units are a bit weak. I mean, okay, they're much better at siege, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think I would like to do that. This game will never have enough evil players. Talking about a lot more emphasis in having and describing heroes. His villains were usually stronger, but had a lot more heroes. I mean, you can balance that by making the evil players' units decent. If you did that, then you'd probably see more of a switch. I feel.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm from server 58 roleplay with AveClague99. So to give you the update of what's going on for you, Angmar is basically dominating the entire server. Rohan got basically 1v3'd by Angmar, Erebor, and Gondor. And Gondor is pushing Mordor due to not agreeing to their agreement. Rune and Isengard are dead. Arnor is barely holding on. Linden's marching with Angmar to Lothlorien. Lothlorien got betrayed by Angmar. 2 of the fellowships of Angmar betrayed Lothlorien. And we're barely holding on.
Sorry, is this it's 58, did you say?
Yes.
So
sorry.
This is the same as, was it Wilkeston who popped on before? With Chishige's groups?
Alliance-wise, Erebor and Angmar are loyal, but Rohan, they tried to communicate with other factions, it's just that the leadership was the problem for Rohan.
So on the stream, is this your map? When it loads up, give it like a 10 seconds to appear.
Yes, that's the map.
Okay, so this is the same that Wilkeston, who popped in before, was talking about. So he was in Angmar, wasn't he? He said he was fighting Rohan. Sorry, fighting Gondor. That's right. And you are in...
LotR.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So I guess you are allied with Gondor?
No, we're neutral. We were allied with Angmar, but we got betrayed by Angmar. Two of the fellowships of Angmar backstabbed us.
Okay. But Wilson was saying that they were struggling against Gondor, right? Gondor was overpowered.
No, it was Rohan.
Okay.
Basically, Rohan was leaders recklessly attacked Erebor. Then Angmar came in to help Erebor. And then Rohan turned around and attacked Angmar. And then Gondor backed up Rohan. And then Gondor backstabbed Rohan. And then it became a 3v1.
Yikes. XXX.
Yeah.
Crazy. Politics are a bit insane. Season 2, I've noticed, it's just way more insane. Way more insane. So, season 1 or season 2? Which did you prefer?
For what faction for season 1?
When you played whichever faction you played in season 1.
Oh, LotR again.
Okay, so did you enjoy season 1 or season 2 more?
Season 1 was more enjoyable. Because there wasn't like this much of an issue about alliances and land in season 2.
Yeah.
And because like right now, the two fellowships of Angmar are becoming very greedy right now. And the other factions are noticing it as well.
Yeah, I think we had that similar early on. Like we got beaten for that. We got as Rohan, we got beaten sideways because we were expanding too fast and being too demanding in diplomacy chats, and we ended up just annoying everybody near us. And then the same thing happened to Angmar, to Lothlorien, and then to Angmar. It's been like a cycle of whoever aggressively tries to expand too much ends up just irritating too many people, and then they end up on the wrong side of way too many groups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to bother you too much. I'll be in the stream watching. Thanks for the content.
No worries, man. Thanks for voicing in. Like I said, I love finding out about how things are going. I love trying to find out trends because in too many of my videos when I'm doing an analysis of like seasons that I like or how things have gone or how things could be better, I'm always like making sweeping remarks without a full-on idea of how things are going in other servers. So it does help me to get the lowdown of how the servers are going and whether there is a common theme throughout to add validity to speculation.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Lothlorien have taken a territory off Angmar. I said Lothlorien and Gondor and Mordor are slowly rebuilding back up. So it could pose, because like I said, they were the original Axis power. They were the original triple group that teamed up against Rohan early on and destroyed us to a small remnants of Rohan territory over here. And they are rebuilding back. So this could be an ominous sign. We will see. For those of you on the stream, I'm actually going to be finishing the stream very, very soon because for me it is it's gone 5 o'clock in the morning, and I do have work at some stage. That's why I tend to stream only over the weekends, because the time zones fit better with Europe and with America. So, but this is the Discord that I will post once again onto the live stream. Feel free to join. As always, post up useful or informative screenshots or builds that you have or how your server goes. I love to bring them up during streams just to add more story into things. We are seeing random Rohan forts all the way up here, presumably trying to get Burning camps, curiously. Actually, I probably should have tried to have built up there just to get some Dwalins or some eagles. They would have been nice. I do have... I'll get rid of my Oathbreaker. I think maybe I got rid of my Oathbreakers because I didn't have enough to put them in armies, so... Did I get rid of them all? I did get rid of them all. Actually, that's also something that I would kind of like in Season 2. And I know that special units are in locations that are thematically important and relevant, but having just like Ents in one location and Bree Riders in one location and Oathbreakers, it's very much like if I want that unit, I have to play the faction that's closest to it. Otherwise, I cannot guarantee the fact that I'm ever going to get to that unit, which sucks a little bit. It sucks a little bit. Wow, Fellowship War was just perfect. It's finishing in 8 minutes. And we have taken GG. And all my armies are at DG. And maybe they'll stay at DG for tonight because I don't really have a whole load for them to do otherwise. And like I said, Lyndon was supposed to be demilitarizing. They don't seem to be demilitarizing. They still see 350, 450. I still see like 500 armies there. They had... what, like about 850 or so. So, whereas this side, Rohan have done a way better job at demilitarizing this zone because they are already down to... oh wait, there's 150 inside there first. 250, 260, 360, probably about 400 also. Way less. There we go. Right. Well, I have posted, if you want more, I have posted a video up comparing Season 1, Season 2, whether I liked it or not, which one I felt was better. Again, I will post that link into the live stream, because I'm going to be calling it here. I'm going to be going and getting some sleep. But if you want some more, there is another 15-minute video there to discuss Season 1, Season 2. Post and let me know. We've covered some of the points today. Just generally to add some legitimacy to my post. I should have done it the other way around and found out before posting. But I think most of the stuff that I comment seems to be repeated from other people's servers. Make sure you have fun. I will be live streaming again next week, probably on the Sunday again. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching, and I will see you during the week.